Okay, it was the music. It was the music. Okay. It was the music. That's what was stopping me, I guess. Yes. Okay, so we are now streaming on two platforms, individual towards each other, indivisible to separate, to not separate, to come down on each other like assholes as they are. It's your boy Fat Man. We are now live on YouTube. We are on the goal to 2K, chasing that goal to 2K. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. So let me change my title. Let me change my title. Hope y'all doing well. Happy Thursday. It's a good day. You know what I'm saying? If your Thursday's going well, make sure you clap your hands, clap your ass cheeks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just enjoy yourselves. I like that. From 2K to 5K. A little bit of yapping. Changing this title on YouTube. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah. Y'all can hear me. I don't know who the fuck y'all is, but, you know what I mean? A little bit of yapping. To see, I just need like a good little title. Actually, give me a second, y'all. I'm on the bus, BRB. Copy, brother, be well, be safe. Fly! Fly, my birdie friend. Man, so I'm on the bus. Ain't nothing, yo, New York City buses be kind of hectic. Like, you ever take the New York City bus? I'll tell you this right now. They are hectic. They are hectic. I'm telling you, bro. I thought I spelled grinding right. Be right back, chat. My bad. It's the worm. Hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all enjoying your Thursday. I hope if you're at New York Comic Con, you're enjoying your New York Comic Con week. There is nothing else fun about being at New York Comic Con, which is the mecca of all meccas, the mecca of all mecca conventions. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. New York Comic Con is a hub for fun, glory, and just good motherfucking times. And if you are at New York Comic Con and enjoying yourself, please let me know what you're doing at the convention. Let me know what you're trying to do at the convention. Let me know what's happened at the convention. Please, in general, because I am not there. I have my priorities in other different places. Just is what it is. Life comes before the grind, and the grind is in front of me. So, yeah. Remember that. I'll be lying my ass off sometimes. Okay. My bad, chat. Give me a second. 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 I'm just trying to work on the title here. I'm trying to make sure the title is I'm trying to make sure the title is something I need. Trying to make sure it's something that I want and need. But you know how life is, you're not really sure what the fuck you want. You just trying shit now. You just trying to figure out the world and its complexities. Ah ha ha ha. It's a little short. That's a little long. Trying to think of ways to do things. There goes my baby. Ah. Alright, chat. My bad. I'm just trying to figure out this title. Give me a second. Trying to think. You know what? Nonstop yapping is kind of what we're doing. Alright, copy. Huh. I have tags I haven't even tried. Stream University is crazy tag. I'm still using that. Black Myth, still using that. Okay. Actually, yeah. Trying to make sure I know what the fuck I'm doing today, y'all. It's weird, but sometimes shit's just not what it seems. All right. We are here. This is your boy Fat Man DD1, baby. Yo, it's your boy Fat Man. I'm here. I'm not quick. I don't know what the fuck I'm about to say with that one. But yo, thank you guys for joining to the channel. Welcome back. One shot for you. Wait, what's that? One shot. One shot. There we go. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Shout outs to Twitch. Shout outs to YouTube. Shout outs to anywhere that you can stream and have fun. And if you're not streaming or having fun, I don't know what to tell you. I think you know what I mean? The day is good, life is good, and if it ain't good for you, then motherfucker, I don't know what's good for you or what's good for me, bitch. I have no clue. But let's get into some content. Netflix insane kids content is getting exposed. All right, let's get it.
Netflix is going viral because people are posting clips of what they're finding in their kids' programming. And it's transgenderism, non-binary identities, they, them pronouns, gay kisses, and the like. Now they're canceling their Netflix subscriptions. Let's talk about it. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about Netflix. And Netflix, we've been on you for quite some time. Okay, we knew this day was coming, but the day is here because people are posting clips of what they're finding in Netflix's kids programming. And as I said before, it's they, them pronouns and non-binary this and trans that. And I'm going to show you the clips today. These are absolutely...
Okay. I don't know why I have a problem with stuff like this, because I feel like when people... I get it. It's something we just haven't seen in our media in a long time. And I get from like a different perspective, other people are going to say, well, why don't we just have this for the generation that does identify or does feel this way or does blah, blah, blah. Which, don't get me wrong, I understand that from a different complexity of conversation, right? Well, what if there's a kid out there or a girl out there who uses pronouns, right? And they're going to a school where kids are raised up to believe that. Right? Every parent, I'm not going to lie to you, and some people may not get this for now. Parents do technically indoctrinate their kids into some information, right? When you say, I'm teaching my kid about how the world works, you're teaching your kid how the world works through your point of view, right? Or if you're a parent that just is completely hands-off with your kid, you let them stumble, fall, learn their own shit, they kind of just don't get life because you haven't taught them, right? But if you're a parent and you're teaching your kid about life, it's how you go about it in a certain way. But let's continue. I do think, I'm not saying like, oh, it's indoctrination. Like, no, I think every parent kind of technically gives their kid a zero roadmap and their kid has to find it on their own. And it's the parent's job to come in and kind of like, nah, that's not how that works. It's not how that is. This is how it goes, right? Just simple, detailed information. I don't think a parent is they're supposed to hold their kid's hand, but not tightly. Just gently enough and to guide them in the right direction. That's it. That's what I think. Let's get it.
Absolutely insane. Let's get straight into it here. Now, this was posted by Benny Johnson. He compiled a bunch of these. Let's watch.
How about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans?
I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
Non-binary?
People who aren't female or male. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because, hold on, he's a literal robot and machines are technically, they go to like binary code. They don't have gender. Like, we only know certain robots that have a gender because they're like, you could tell they're gender specific because of how the show writes them or how they're created. RC, any other character out there who's been a female in a Transformers, you know what I mean, world. So I do understand like where this type of information comes from. You know what I mean? Like that, I understand a robot having no gender or being I'm a non-binary coded robot. Like that's different. Like binary is literally robot talk. So why are we, that I get it, but then I don't at the same time because then they're kind of gendered. Him, she, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get her like. Yeah.
Shouldn't have assumed.
Nightshades pronouns are they, them.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
My apologies. Please switch therapies.
I'm trans, Norma, and everyone at school.
Yo, bro, he came out of nowhere and said that was crazy. I'm trans, Norma. I was like, okay, nigga. Like, I get it. I get it from a perspective. I feel like people don't understand the perspective of, like, the conversation. I don't think we ever have the conversation in our real lives about, like, these conversations with kids, because with kids, they grow up and they just experience it. There was a whole bunch of transgender people running around on my block, and everybody knew who they was. They had a reputation, negative or positive, whatever it was. But they were also cool people. They ain't do nothing to nobody. They minded their business. They went on about their lives. That's kind of it. I think everybody else is making things hyperbolic. Like, you know what I mean? But their conversation is, I don't think my kid needs to know about this. I think my kid needs to know about this when they're older. Like, when they're a full-ass adult. Which is different. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with drag queens. And drag queens, that's been around forever. formed cosplay. Like, without drag queens, we wouldn't have cosplay. Remember that. And with people being like, well, transgender, yeah, maybe for your kid, they shouldn't know about it because it's a little confusing right now. But when they get older, they're going to ask more questions, and that's fine. But the cartoons, I think, need to have a different conversation about this. And right now, the cartoons are just being more hand-fisted, I guess, right? And maybe adults feel that way, but I'm just over here like, nigga, I'm not watching that shit. And maybe some of the cartoons are technically not cartoons for kids. Maybe they're something like I should be watching and tuning into. That's the biggest conversation around it. I think people aren't having that, or they don't want to have that, or they don't feel like that's something that they want to go about. And it's okay. Like, shit, no one's bothering nobody or forcing them down their throat. I think people are jumping to the conclusion. Let's continue.
And everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place.
This is Cherry Jet reporting from the wedding of the year.
Why is she sighing?
Favorite karate instructor Sensei Dave will be marrying mixed martial arts champion Jiu-Jitsu Joe.
Jiu-Jitsu Joe and Sensei Dave. Crazy names. There's nothing. Her sigh was like a sigh of confusion. I realize like gay people, lesbians, they exist. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, girl. The sigh was just. I get it because it's like, oh, it's in like programming for kids. That's a problem. But in other programming growing up, there was just things that we couldn't comprehend as a fucking kid either. And maybe kids are just ignoring this, like just moving past it. Because what if, as a kid, I used to watch shit like this and probably just move past it. And just didn't think nothing of it until it came back in my regular day-to-day. Like, the fuck?
Undisputed champion of my heart.
Cute.
Everything okay, Fred? Well, the last time I saw my grandma, I used a different name and pronoun.
I think about Grammarly and how it's helped me prepare not just
that was a
briefs,
cow!
but really scripts that allow.
Guys, I mean, there you have it. I actually have more clips for you, and we're gonna get to them in just a moment. But what other
Name and pronoun.
Guys, I mean, there you have it. I actually have more clips for you, and we're gonna get to them in just a moment. But what other reason would there be for putting this in kids' content other than to indoctrinate them into transgender ideology, gender identity, the whole LGBTQ club that exists now? There's no other reason to be showing this to kids, and they will sell this to you.
I don't think this is gonna brainwash people. I don't think kids are paying that much attention to this. I'm gonna say this. As a kid who didn't pay much attention to cartoons and thought some cartoons were stupid and some things were dumb, imagine being a kid now and you're on your iPad. You're barely watching Transformers. You're barely watching these shows. Like, they gotta, like, if Nielsen ratings were a real fucking thing, you could be told that this shit is different. For real, for real.
Go under the guise of being inclusive or adding diversity or being equitable towards everybody and all identities. But what this really means is that we are showing concepts, ideas that kids are not ready for at an age in which they should never be hearing about this stuff. And they'll file it into...
I'm like, what age though? Like, what's the age demographic for these cartoons? Are we talking 1 year old? Are we talking 2, 3? Are we talking 4? Are we talking 6? Like... Maybe that's the conversation I'm not looking at, right? The age demographic for cartoons for a kid.
To their kids' programming, so that when you put your little kid on the couch and you turn on Netflix or you give them the remote and say, which one do you want to watch? And they click Transformers or Strawberry Shortcake or something like that. This is what they're actually getting. You think you're going to sit down your kid.
Okay, and put on old cartoons. Like, I feel like she's being a little hype. She's being a little like that, like being a dick about it, where I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's either turn the TV if you don't want to watch it, and I feel like people are gonna do that. And maybe this is the problem. It's like, well, this is propaganda. I said, well, nigga, fighting the Nazis was straight propaganda too. The Nazis had the same shit, and them niggas was crazy. I'm not saying this is Nazi propaganda. I'm saying like this is trying to have the easier conversation with a kid before a parent can just explain it in the worst words possible. Not every parent cares about LGBTQ pronouns or whatever. Like when I say pronouns, I don't mean like I call myself he, she, they, them. No. When I say, them over there, I'm talking about one nigga and I don't know that nigga's name. Like, I don't like the whole uses of how pronouns are used now because it makes me feel like it's a little confusing. But at the same time, people are like, well, I go by he. So I'm like, well, he is just obvious. It's like he right there, him right there. Like no one just says I go by him, but I guess it's a little weird for me personally. But it's how language is used, and I think pronouns are weird for how people are using them, not in like the sentence way. Like, oh, she punched him in the face and they were fighting, so we all came to break him and her up, but they kept going at it. You see what I'm saying? The language I'm using is for that. If I say she's like, I'm her, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, that's what's going to be the argument sometimes with people. And I get that. But we're having conversations like this seems so hard. Like, damn, it's just cartoons, but let's continue.
And have them watch something about, I don't know, Jurassic Park or some robots, or show them how to bake a cake, and suddenly they're being told about they, them pronouns, or watching two men get married. And guess what? That's fine if you want your kids to be watching that content, but a lot of people don't. And they're thinking they can just freely sit their kids in front of the TV and have them watch some Netflix because...
Then pay attention to what your kids are watching. Like, is that not an adult's job? Have we lost the fucking plot of how an adult's job is ran? Have we? Have we lost the plot?
Netflix says that.
Have we lost the plot of how an adult's job is fucking ran? Have we? What is that? How we lost the fucking plot of how an adult's job is ran. You need to watch your fucking kids. Shit.
Just doesn't fit.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be brutally fucking honest. If you're an adult and you understand what the fuck your job is, why are you not watching your kids? That's it. Ain't nothing so hard, sweet, and simple about it. Watch your fucking kids if you don't want to watch a show that you find dictating. Because parents used to be in front. Nowadays, people are like, oh, just cut it on and leave it for your kid. Why? Why would you do that? You're supposed to sit and still watch them unless they don't fuck something up or throw up. Like, that's the conversation. Watch them or don't be a fucking parent. What is going on? Used to be in front. Nowadays, people are like, oh, just cut it on and leave it for your kid. Why? Like, just, the fuck are we talking about?
This is age appropriate for, I don't know, kids 7 and below or kids 4 and below. And then this is what your kids are actually watching. For me, this would not be appropriate.
But how much of this is in the show? That's my problem, right? How much of this is something that you really feel you care about? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Programming. And again, we've been talking about this for quite some time because these stories pop up intermittently as a new program hops on Netflix. Parents start watching it with their kids and all of a sudden they're going, what the hell are we talking about they, them pronouns? And why are we talking about gender surgeries and hormone therapy and how we refer to people and how we misgender others? And why are we having a conversation about sexuality? This is how the story goes. Now I'm going to show you another clip. This is from the Babysitter's Club. You've all heard of the Babysitter's Club, right? Well, this one happens in a medical setting, and we're going to watch a kid correct 2 medical practitioners on gender. Let's watch.
Bailey is not a boy. And by treating her like...
Okay, see, yeah, I found this to be a little dumb. I'm like, they have to go on the chart because this is the one thing I understand when it comes to, like, medical, sciencey stuff. Boys and girls do have our biology is different. Like our sexual parts, our biology is way different. Men build up more different muscle mass than women, blah blah blah. That's different. But it's a show about some doctors and they came in like, I didn't get it until niggas was like, oh well you can't say that or do that, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't think she just corrected them. But they're going off a chart because they're fucking doctors. I'm like, what are we talking about? They're going off the chart because they're doctors. What are we talking about? They're going off the chart because they're doctors. Like, what are we talking about? Fat man deleted streamer message. Yeah, I deleted the streamer message. Like, I don't get this at all.
You are completely ignoring who she is. You're making making her feel insignificant and humiliated. And that's not going to help her feel good or safe or calm. So, from here on out, please recognize her for who she is. And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown?
And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown? Because we all know with kids identifying as trans, it really honestly is as simple as that most of the time. These kids are liking things that are apparently associated with a certain gender, and you'll see a boy who likes pink or likes dresses or likes Barbie dolls, and all of a sudden we're calling the boy a girl. And this is what you're watching in Netflix kids programming. This is the Babysitter's Club.
I understand it from the, let's say the character, right? Somebody's had this interaction at some point in their lives. I do not care. Nigga, that is not my life. You eat your spinach, I eat my Frosted Flakes. It's just a girl just saying, yo, she likes to be comfortable. I think it's a way to go about it. Like, hey, I get it, you got looking at the chart. I respect it, you're doctors. I can't control that. But if you can come in and just say, like, hey, do you go by a certain type of pronouns, or do you identify as something? That's fine. No one gives a fuck, right? Doctors are gonna go off of the chart because that's their job. Medically, I'm a doctor. This is what's important. This I understand. You know how people be like, oh, I feel better, so I stopped taking my medicine? That's not how the body works. It's not. You guys still keep taking that shit. Because you feel better don't mean stop taking something. Oh, I'm doing better. That don't mean stop doing what you've been doing. You're doing better because of what you've been doing. The fuck is you talking about? Like, that's my problem. But her telling them, like, can you get her a non-blue hospital gown? No, the fuck we cannot. I would have schooled her. Like, no, we can't. We can be accommodating as possible, but we also have to go on the chart to see what her medical problems are. And if her medical problems are this, we going off by this. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense, I guess. But, once again, having a different conversation.
Apparently on Netflix. Mind you, this is in a medical setting where it's really important that we know the actual sex of an individual.
Yeah,
and we have a kid who is speaking up to two adults, okay? Two people practicing medicine and telling them how to do their jobs and how to refer to somebody. And by the way, can we get him something that's not blue? Because he's a she. I've had this issue with kids programming for quite some time. It's really shifted from like the times of Mr. Rogers, where we're trying to teach kids values and, you know, serenity and calm and slowness and how to...
Mr. Rogers was a different take and had a different conversation with people. I do think with cartoons, you have to appeal to a generation now, and you have to have a conversation with people now as well. That's the missing key here, but let's go.
Speak to people and how to talk about very deep issues, but on a very childlike level. To kids now just trying to tell adults all the time who they are at any given moment and trying to assert their independence over a world that cares about binary sex and, you know, wanting people to be heterosexual, I guess. It's completely changed and shifted into something that is not, in fact, a reflection of reality whatsoever. And it's just teaching little kids that not only should you like assert yourself onto the reality that you're living in, but you should also assert yourself onto adults and change your pronouns and make yourself unique and try a different sexuality.
I'm like, everybody's technically unique. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is my problem though. Like, everyone is technically a unique person. Everyone is their own different person. I feel like she's just yapping over here.
And while kids are going to be exposed to this stuff living out in the real world, and we can have real discussions about kids programming, doing that in a way that is safe, in a way that's educational, in a way that actually helps kids, this is not the way to do it. And clearly we have a bunch of adults who are sitting in Netflix, probably many of whom identify on some sort of scale of the LGBTQ plus community, maybe who are trans or who are non-binary, and they're thinking to themselves, I wish I had this in childhood, and I wish somebody told me this in childhood. So now I'm going to say it to every single kid who watches this program on Netflix, which, mind you, this is millions of children all over the world, not just in the US, are watching Netflix. Now, here's another clip. This is from Strawberry Shortcake. And we all remember Strawberry Shortcake. I loved me some Strawberry Shortcake, okay? This old school sort of animation, the little voices, the cutesy colors, and everything going on there. Now, here's a clip that is going to be compared to the new Strawberry Shortcake. You tell me if you can spot the difference.
Shopping is hard. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Get outfits you love without any of the hassle. First,
yeah, so here we have Strawberry Shortcake up top, and I don't know what we have going on. the bottom, another boy in a dress, which again, it's fine. You know, boys sometimes like to wear dresses, and that's cool, okay? And if I have a kid at some point and he's a boy and he wants to throw on a dress and pretend to be a princess or whatever, we can have a conversation about doing that. But my goodness, do I want to watch shows on Netflix where the boys are just doing that?
I'm like, I think it's a little different from a kid just wanting to wear a dress. I feel like kids don't care what the fuck they put on. They're kids. They don't give a fuck. I don't think kids ever gave a fuck about what they put on. I think they imitate what they see and they call it a day. I feel like girls yapping
that flippantly, and then they're changing their identity and calling themselves they thems. No, sorry. I don't want that. I really don't want that. Everything's all fine and fun and play. It's a whole different thing when we're talking about identity structures and who we are as people and how we refer to one another and changing our names and giving ourselves new pronouns. Then you start to piss me off. Here's another clip. This one is from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. That's a mouthful. Okay, let's watch.
This show actually has changed. If you ain't watching the first season, that has a whole nah. Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous has a whole story, whole backlog of shit. Nah, that's actually a good show because they grow with the characters. If you ain't tuned in, fuck nigga, you ain't tuned in. So like, that's people's problems with that. You ain't tuned into that show. Go check it out. Camp Cretaceous is fire.
Jurassic World, you know? Jurassic World. Since when did this happen in Jurassic World? I thought it was about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, guys.
I don't even know when.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Jurassic World, guys.
I love the narration in the background because I know that's how many of us are responding. Like, what the heck is going on? I thought this was about dinosaurs. It's about dinosaurs and gay love.
I'm like, Jurassic Park has explored the stories of characters before. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I feel like if you ain't exploring the story of a character, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, that's Jurassic Park in a nutshell, is exploring characters and dinosaurs. I get it. But we also understand the human diaspora, bitch.
Time. You know what, guys? We've seen this happen. You know, we've spoken about Netflix specifically. We've spoken about Disney and what they did in movies like Lightyear and Strange World and what they were doing with the whole.
Okay. Lightyear had one clip of a couple kissing in the background or the side. Niggas really cared about that shit. You kind of a sensitive bitch. I can't lie to you. And Strange World, like, nigga, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. I think shit like that just passed. Like, come on, we can't have like something on the side. Like, let the gay people, let lesbians and gays have something on the side. Cause listen, men grown up will say, yo, girls kissing girls is hot, but niggas kissing niggas is dumb weird, bro. I don't know about that. But you tell me if you get paid $20 million right now, you gonna kiss a nigga? Nah, bro, I don't hear none of that. You telling me right now for $20 million you gonna kiss a nigga? Fuck out of here, Chad. I'm telling you, Chad. Somebody gonna kiss a nigga for 20 million. I'm telling you, somebody gonna kiss a nigga for 20 million.
Movie and all this different stuff. It's layers upon layers of this sort of indoctrination infiltrating children's entertainment. We saw as Snoop Dogg, I think, took his grandson to go watch Lightyear, and he's like, well, why are the two women kissing and why did they have a baby? How did that happen? And you know, some people are ready for that conversation and some people aren't ready for that conversation. Some people want their children to be exposed to that at a later date and they want to hold off on that. Some people just want to put their kid in front of the TV and have them watch a little movie or a show about dinosaurs. And they don't want two straight people kissing. They don't want two gay people kissing. They don't want two lesbians kissing. They don't want people talking about non-binary identities. They don't want people talking about sexual identities and pronouns. And mind you, I put in a straight couple in there too, because, you know, I'm going to want to put my kid down in front of the TV and how about we watch nobody kissing? How about you're a child? How about that's not for you right now? And we don't need that right now. How about that? Here's another one.
Okay. She has a legitimate point. If you sit your kid down and you watch something with your kid and you say, how about we don't watch this? You're a literal child. This isn't good for you. I don't think you should be watching this. That's fine. That is fine. That is okay. I think you're a parent. You have all right to do shit like that. I just think people now are forcing it to have this conversation where it's not so needed. Like, kids are going to see it regardless. I saw it as a kid. I saw people kissing. Didn't matter. Know how many straight people I've seen kissing? Know how many gay people I saw? A few movies that back in the days.
The Monster High movie.
I'm Frankie. Pronouns they, them. I'm only 15 days old.
Hi.
Claudine.
And that's hilarious. She goes, I'm only 15 days old, which is essentially what you're asking of these kids. So you're going to put like a 2-year-old. Okay, how many days old? And they, them pronouns. Nice to meet you. And a kid's going to go, oh my gosh, what's they, them? That's really strange. And that's really interesting. And this specific character just had a whole unique discussion about finding out who they are and how they're different and how they.
Hold on, chat. Give me a second. Alright, chat, my bad. I had to fix something. It looks like I couldn't make clips for some reason. I was like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? But now I have fixed it. I have fixed it. Shouts to the chat. Shouts to everybody joining. Shouts to YouTube. Shouts to Good Energy. Let's get it.
want a new identity. And I feel like that sometimes because I'm a literal child who's literally learning my place in the world at every given moment, at every single micro expression and movement and sound and word that I hear. And this person just got their whole special episode about being a they, them special non-binary person. I'd love to be a they, them special non-binary person. Just like when you watch Cinderella, you want to be the princess that gets swept off her feet, you know, and has the shoe that fits. Or when you watch Rapunzel, you want the long hair. Or, you know, you watch Tangled and they want to be the horse. You never know what a kid's gonna want, okay? So you have to really get a handle on what you expose them to, because
Okay, but just the same way she's over here talking about Tangled and she's talking about all these other things, the same way she's out here talking about these other things, you don't think a kid is gonna look at them and say, well, I don't know what pronouns are, I don't care. I don't know what this is, I don't care, right? And, like, kids are 9 times out of 10 more likely not to give a fuck about something if they don't care about it. Because why? They're a child. Bitch, I don't need to care about this. I don't give a fuck about this. Like, imagine just being on that timing of I don't give a fuck. Some kids are like that. They don't care. Or they do care. Or they pay attention to it. But they don't take it in because it's a one-off. And what if that one-off moment in their lives never comes back again? That one-off moment never comes back again. It never repeats itself. It never flows again. Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember that on television. How long was that? Like 10 years ago? And I've only bumped into them online. I never bumped into those people in person. And it's like they don't exist. So imagine you just don't ever see that. Or don't ever deal with that, right? And 9 times out of 10, some people just don't. But then you realize, like I did growing the fuck up, everybody's living their life. Everybody's living their life. Sad, homeless, happy, dumb, young. Shit, everyone's full of cum. Like, the fuck are we talking about?
every single experience that they have opens up a new pathway, something else to discuss, something else for them to be attached to. And whether that's a negative or positive attachment is really up to the way they're exposed to it and how they interpret it. So you really need to know what your kids are watching. And if this is what you want them to be watching, guess what? It's available on Netflix, whether you knew it or not. Okay? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? We have all the different diversity stuff that's taking place at Netflix. We have the whole Cuties program, which was like a movie.
Cuties, it was hyperbolic as fuck, and I do agree with one thing that, what's his name, Sneeko said? I agree with one thing. I never watched Cuties myself, but I watched a lot of people's reviews, and I think people looked at Cuties and said, this is too much even for the kids who were in it, even though adults passed on it. Why is this so much? Why are you trying to say what the internet and social media and kids are doing? They're growing up too fast. They're trying to be too fast and loose. Because black parents were telling their kids, don't be fast. Don't be too loose. Don't be out here trying to imitate what you don't understand, which is adult world. And even adults as adults don't understand this world. Imagine being that kid. Not in the movie. Imagine being a kid in a world where everything is consistently moving. You have to dance a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way because you're trying to imitate grown-ass adults. And that's where Cuties probably should have been heading, where the conversation of adults or kids being in adult settings. Because why is this child in an adult setting? Why are these kids imitating adult things? Why? That's where the conversation should have been at, but they couldn't take it there. Why? They were making it too hyperbolic. They were moving too many different places. From what everybody else said and what a couple interviews, not interviews like with the cast, a couple of like reviews, people just couldn't sit to like watch the show enough to be disdained or give a proper review. I never watched it. I just said, it's, I already got the premise by just looking at like the trailer or looking at the poster. Girls, little girls trying to be fucking fast-ass adults and don't understand that growing up too fast will fuck you up. You have time to be a kid. That's what it should have been. But no one cared about the messaging. They just pushed the messaging and made it more hyperbolic than it was. Because it went an extra fucking mile. Hold on. Yo, shout out to the 4 people in the chat. Give me a second. I am trying technical difficulties on some bullshit. Yeah, so what the fuck was it? Yeah, Cuties was stupid because it was hyperbolic as shit, and it didn't have a conversation with nobody. And people like Moist Critical and Sneeko, everybody just took Cuties and said, well, this is bad. I said, well, duh, the movie's trying to express itself that way. But let's continue with the bullshisty.
Sexualizing children that ended up on Netflix, and there was a huge firestorm about, I'll show you, this is like an image, speaking of diversity, the whole Witcher series or whatever that's being put on Netflix. Here's the casting. Just look at the diversity.
Okay, so people were upset at the casting of The Witcher. Which season is this? I don't even know what season this is. Okay, bro down here looks pretty gruesome, and he fits this. Dude down here, I don't know. He don't look like whatever this is up here. Girl here don't look like this. She definitely ain't wearing whatever this is. This would look cooler. Like, at least give her the outfit. This chick, I don't know who she is. So,
The equity and inclusion on that, and we've spoken about Netflix doing this at length. They speak about this being a huge core part of how they work as an organization. In fact, they've created all these little charts for us to take a look at how much diversity, equity, and inclusion they have forced into their programming over the years, with creators, producers, writers, directors, everything moving up from like 15% of underrepresented communities, which means like LGBTQ people, women, disabled people, black people, or people of marginalized identities, moving up from 15% to nearly 30%. So just over the years, they are doubling up on pushing all of this stuff as much as they possibly can within the corporations.
Is that, I want to say this without kid gloves, right? Is that because everybody has the same ideology, right? They have the same information, the same knowledge. They all go through basic same things, right? I can say for myself, where I lived, if somebody was struggling, if somebody wasn't getting their shit together, there was reasons for it. Tons of reasons for why a person wasn't getting their shit together, right? Or tons of excuses of why somebody just wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Be an adult, be strong, be about it, be about that time, be about that situation. Just be about whatever they're trying to do, right? There's reasons for why I say this where I stand. Everyone's got this, all the Netflix is hiring the same nigga, the same bitch, the same nigga. So it's a level of echo chamber and favoritism. That's it. Maybe if you work at Netflix, maybe don't try to be so much of the favoritism or be so much of the we hiring the same motherfucker. Maybe that's it.
So much so that
But I don't believe Netflix has an agenda. I do believe Netflix is trying to push out conversations with more people. That's harder. That's harder to do. Period.
Even create a little graph and chart for you and hand it to you. This is happening at Netflix, it's happening at Disney, it's happening at all of your like major, TV and entertainment programming organizations, companies. It's happening at the Oscars and the Academy. This is what they want for your future. And when you're pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion behind the scenes with your creators, producers, directors, yada, yada, that's going to infiltrate the storylines as well. These people come in with a very distinct agenda to apply these things to the creations that they're making, and especially for children. And when I tell you that you often find this in children's programming more than anywhere else, it's because these people often have issues with their own childhood. They feel as though they had something stolen from them in childhood, that they didn't get to realize their identity fast enough, that they should have been exposed to it sooner. And the most malleable among us, the most vulnerable among us, are our children. And this is what these people feel like they've had stolen from them. So they're going to go to these children and, to the best of their abilities, try to reinforce the agenda that they've realized in their adulthood with these children. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna stop this video here. You want to watch the rest? Go watch the rest. I feel like she's trying to make an argument on how somebody else is moving, how something else is looking, and how other people are feeling, which I do agree on some level. The one thing I agree on is, yes, some people feel like, hey, as a kid, I didn't have this information. I feel like my childhood was taken. I feel like this was this. I feel like this was that. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay for not everybody to be welcoming in that level, in that field, to be in that energy. It's okay. Because why the fuck are we battling, you know what I'm saying, people that don't know who they are? If you say who you are, that's fine. Other people don't have to accept it. That's also fine. Other people don't have to call you he, shim, da, deem, bon, de, beep, bop, boop. People don't have to do that because they choose not to, because they don't live your world or your experience or whatever you do. That's fine. But I do agree with one thing. Some people are going to look at this and saying she's attacking and hating on those who are just trying to express something that they wanted to see as a child that confirmed who they were or what they were. But I do think life is about people stumbling onto who you are. Like, that's like an old anime shit. Like, who are you? What are you? What am I? What do I do for the world? Like, what is my objective? Remember the what the fuck was it? Remember watching Rick and Morty, right? The original, the classic. Nobody give a fuck about Rick and Morty now. Remember Rick and Morty? People, the robot. What is my objective? Pass me the butter. Pass him the butter. What is my objective? You pass me the butter. Oh my god, yeah. Right? His objective was literally pass the butter. Some motherfuckers' objective is put the fries in the bag. Some other motherfuckers' objective is go get a better job. Some motherfuckers' objective is to help others. You never know what you're here on earth to do. It's just not gonna click yet. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, I wish I would have seen this when I was little. I wish I would have. Well, nigga, I didn't see it when I was little. And guess what? I was watching shows about Will and Grace when I was like 7, 8. And I didn't pay no attention. I paid no attention to the bullshit. But I understood he's gay or bisexual. She's straight or bisexual. And they want a kid together at some point. They live together. They like each other. They care about each other. They're other friends. She's straight up gay. He's gay. This is a whole different conversation. I love the Will and Grace for that different dynamic of what it is to be in a city. I think Friends did a good job, but didn't really, the diversity was lacking. I think Seinfeld did a good job with New York City placement and conversations. Shows do a good job having conversations. Atlanta's one of the biggest shows, I think, that takes the experience of like black people, friends, and trying to do something with family to the next level. Conversation-wise, that's what's up. I think she over here is asking, why is this here when parents should be monitoring their kids? But yay, that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Moving past all this, let me know what you think. We're going to move past and watch something else. Let's get it. And she could be right. She could be definitely right for herself. Oh, I should watch it. Oh, here we go. As Asmongold speaks out after the passing of his dad. God bless Asmongold. Sorry for the passing of his father. That took him out a little bit. I know that for sure.
In recent news, Asmongold recently shared deeply personal news with his audience after his father passed away. In a new YouTube video titled About My Dad, Asmongold opened up about his father's final days. He shared a story about a moment when he visited him in hospice, and his dad jokingly asked, "Why aren't you streaming?" in the following clip.
It's going to take me some time to kind of get past it. I remember this is the day that we agreed to put him on hospice. I come in and it's like 2 p.m. or like 3 p.m. I come into his room and he says, "Well, why aren't you streaming?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
What? Yo, Dad was more locked in than you. Yo, his dad was too locked in. That's crazy. He's laughing, trying to make jokes and shit. That's crazy.
Why am I not streaming? Dying. Like, it's like, just whatever. Well, you need to go live. Like, what are you doing? And so,
what?
This is the kind of guy he was, and I intend to honor that wish, and I'm not gonna be gone forever. I'll be back soon. It's what he would want, and I think it's what's best. I'm incredibly lucky that I was able to deal with all this by myself. My dad growing up and, was like the oldest member of the family, patriarch in a lot of ways of the family, would help people with all kinds of stuff, etc. And I find myself tremendously lucky and fortunate that I was able to deal with all of this by myself, and nobody else had to see him in the state that he was in at the end. And, they can have the memories of him being a strong, smart, nice, kind guy. you know, I'm very glad that, you know, I was able to do all that myself, and nobody got to see what I saw. Not a good time. But anyway, I will be back.
I'm not gonna lie to you, losing a parent sucks, and I ain't gonna say I kind of been in his shoes. I have been in his shoes. I've lost a parent. So, like, grief is a bitch, bro. It is. And you don't want to ever lose nobody. You don't want to ever, like, have to lose a parent. You don't want to ever have to lose someone close. It sucks when you do, and you don't know how to, like, recover that. And there's nobody there to, like, help you. Imagine not having... I don't know if does he have no other family besides his dad that he's close to? I mean, you know what I mean? That's a lot. And plus, Asmongold is fucking rich. Well, not Aiden Ross rich, I guess, but his dad being on hospice had to hurt. Because the older we get, our parents get older, and we got nobody. Like, the older we get, we got no one to take care of us. You know what I'm saying? Imagine your parents had mad kids, and somebody became the caretaker to your parents, and that in itself is kind of crazy, you know? You gotta take care of your parents. You gotta try. And some people forget that eventually that's part of being a man too, is stepping up to take care of your parents. You know, being an adult. Everybody's like, oh, I got a family of my own. I say, yeah, but you still gotta go see your mom, dad, the older they get, because those will be grandma and grandpa. And if you want them to be around for your kids and your kids to have kids and their kids to have kids. You want that. It's some people's like, oh, that's impossible. I said, no, you can literally grow and have your parents get older, but not be more malleable. Come back a little bit, you know? That's the hard part. When you want them to be around more and then like they are just living the way they want to live. And that's fine, because eventually that's going to be all of us. Let's continue. But God bless them. I feel like that's like mad hard.
Probably, I don't really have a time frame, maybe a week or so, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, something like that. If it's longer, too bad. If it's shorter, surprise.
Surprise!
So, that's pretty much where I'm at.
God damn, son.
Introducing the new Knit and Sew Shop at Michael's. Explore thousands of fabric styles and thousands more online.
He expressed gratitude that he was there alone with his father during his final moments, saying he felt lucky he didn't have to see him suffer in front of others, but also acknowledging how much that closeness meant. He said he wants to honor his dad's memory and intentions, including his father's wish for him to keep moving forward and doing what he loves. Asmongold also addressed his break from streaming. While he didn't set an exact date for return, he promised he'd be back soon. He believes that's what his father would have wanted. He emphasized how much time he needs to process everything, to grieve, but reassured his audience that he's not gone forever. In recent news, Destiny, political commentator and streamer, has revealed that his YouTube channel was recently demonetized for 90 days after YouTube flagged it for violating the platform's creator responsibility guidelines. The move left him frustrated, as YouTube didn't point to a specific video or piece of content that triggered the penalty. Destiny admitted he's worried this may be the first step toward a permanent ban, saying outright that his channel could be perma-banned soon if nothing changes. Without monetization...
I'm like, just... Without monetization, you can't make money. And if you've been banned for 90 days, that's crazy. So how the fuck are you making money? Unless you're making money off of Twitch. So at that point, Destiny must be doing something stupid for him to be undemonetized. It's also the language he be using. Destiny be doing the most. Like, bro, fix your shit.
He explained, YouTube quickly becomes a massive money sink. While he still wants to keep producing edited content for exposure, he's unsure how long he can sustain it without revenue. For now, Destiny states in the following.
What will happen to YouTube?
This is why I understand when people say, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to put your eggs in separate baskets. You need to be making money on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. You need to have different forms of revenue coming in. YouTube does make more of the big bucks. But if it was up to Destiny, I would just make a pseudo proxy account uploading his own clips, right? D clips or whatever, or Des clips, whatever, right? Just I would make another account uploading nothing but clips. And those are going to go straight viral and get him some extra cash. But, you know, clips don't make a lot of money. Let's get it.
The video is going to stop. I'm not sure. I have to figure out what I want to do with my YouTube stuff. If it's not making money, then it's a huge money sink. But I mean, obviously the thing I want the most is the exposure and everything. I don't want to lose all of that. I mean, I imagine I would still keep it going to some extent. I'm just not 100% sure what that looks like yet. But I'll wait for, I guess, word back from the partner guy, and then after that, if we don't make any progress there, I'll probably like do a tweet to see if I can get them to review it that way. And then if they say no for that, then I just have to decide what I want my monthly investment to look like in that. Does it also impact your surrogate channels? Yeah, if you're demonetized on YouTube, you can't make money on any channel.
Really?
I believe it's over for Destiny. Like, damn, the left has no one, not even a moderate. Everything in the left are just crazy people with court cases, loving terrorism, pedophiles and more. It's just over. He can whine all he wants about censorship from the right, but YouTube TOS states that you can be banned for your behavior off-platform. Needless to say...
Oh my god, that sucks too. I can be banned for my behavior off-platform. When the fuck did you dictate I was a child? No offense, YouTube, I get it. You're like, hey, if something happens off job, you come back to work and you act the same, you act differently. Like, this happened off the... YouTube is still a job. YouTube is still a job. Twitch is still a job. These are still jobs. If you act any different off of these jobs somewhere else, you're bugging. Would your regular job see you acting a certain way and being cool with that? Probably not. But still... The fuck, Nancy?
Behavior ain't great. Zoil asked, never have I ever been friends with a PD during a game with Jason the Ween and Adapt, following the D4, VD and Temper situation.
Remember I have been friends with a pedophile?
Oh, no.
Zoil. That's what we do.
What if you didn't know they were a pedophile? Does that count?
That counts still.
I mean, I feel like this is very soon.
Adapt X-Fan collab would hit you mad funny.
What? I'm sorry. Is that your seatbelt or like?
What happened?
Like, is that your? That's your. You have a seatbelt. Is that like? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yo, fan. She is 5 packs of crazy fun, crazy energy. Also, like, she just blurts out any of her traumatic experiences, and I feel like, girl, you need a hug and full psychotherapy or a cold plunge.
I wasn't sure if I should like lean forward or something. Okay.
SSS Sniper Wolf reveals to Kai Cenat that her ex-husband is suing her for everything she owns, including taking her social media accounts, after already taking half of her assets in their divorce.
Wait, what happened to you, Mr. Sausage? Well, I know what happened.
I know, but that's what... God.
So he's suing you.
Is that her ex-man's? So this is SS Sniper Wolf's ex-man. I'm guessing he was helping her with a lot of the gameplay, a lot of the stuff. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga is... this is how you know she got a... This nigga is taller than her. And look at her. Boy, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Girl, she was not ready for what he was packing. Look how big this nigga is and look at her. You know she was with him for all the right reasons. And he looked like a nice, charming guy. I can't deny. A man this looked like a nice, charming person. But now he's suing and taking everything from her. Yeah. Also, SS Sniper Wolf did dox somebody. So, like, I don't feel too sorry for you, girl.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he wants all my money.
So he owns half that.
He has taken half of everything I own. And he still wants half of everything in the future, like all the future earnings and everything. And he wants all my social media accounts. And he wants my new channel I just made.
And how long has it been?
Well, actually, no, you can't do that, though. Because he wants my new channel I just made. My new channel doesn't go by any of the things that we did or the content that we did. So unless there's a contract written, like explaining what I've gone through, what my channel has, what I am doing for this new channel, bitch, you can't get none of this. Pussy.
And when do you think it's gonna be over?
Hopefully next year.
Damn. Wait.
This is like a long time. It's like it's because we got like legally married because my parents like basically like forced us to get married. So it's like we had to like yeah.
So you did side.
Imagine building your whole brand just for your ex to try and claim it. I pray that kind of relationship never finds me. Like, what would he even do with my Yosef? If that happened, well, I mean, he played video games for her to make people think she was good, to help grow her channel early on. Now she fake reacts to other people's videos and makes money for it. Honestly, she doesn't deserve any of it. If you have money, getting married without a prenup that spells out what your partner gets in a divorce is insane. Like, no prenup, no marriage, period. Men are the ones that need that advice 95% of the time, but it applies to wealthy women too. Because he wants all my money, Something tells me there are a lot more to this story. Simply cheating.
Yeah, there's something. I get that. I clocked that real quick. You have to look at the grand scheme. He wants all my money, bitch. Why? Why does he want all your money? What's the point? What is he getting from it? I don't know. You just want my money. Okay, stupid. Whatever.
And being betrayed can lead to this type of behaviour. People are nasty, but not just that nasty for no reason, especially someone you've spent quality time with. Drunk Jason the Ween is too funny.
You should have walked back by yourself.
Bro.
Yeah, there's skinwalkers. I'm gonna walk back with you. There's mad skinwalkers.
I was just telling you, I wasn't trying to like stop your party.
You're good, I'm gonna walk back with you. There's no party over here, just a quick house.
He's the one.
He was trying to...
You're the toughest. Ah! Hey, speaking of toughest, hey, on the way to Big Bear, we were on he was on FaceTime with Tara Yummy. He randomly put his shades on when the sun was setting. The sun was setting, bro.
They are drugs.
Bro.
Extra Emily and QT Cinderella have fun on the roller coaster.
Bad boy! Okay, we're all the way down. Whee! Oh my god, it looks kind of dangerous. It does look really dangerous. It's a lot of around it. It really feels like if you fall up and get caught in a net, you're not going to survive anyway, so why do they have it? You're not even...
This would totally be fun as fuck. Like, that looks like the funnest shit ever. Oh my god, bro. It looks fun.
This is not for me. Oh my god. Why are we so bad?
Shout out to the girls having fun. Moving on. QT Cinderella and Valkyrie refuse TwitchCon. Asmongold responds. Let's go.
In recent news in September 2025, a growing controversy surrounded TwitchCon after several well-known female streamers, including Valkyrie and QT Cinderella, announced that they would not attend the San Diego event because they did not feel safe. Valkyrie admitted that with the way the world is right now, she felt uncomfortable being on stage or in public settings at such a massive gathering, while QT Cinderella echoed...
Okay, is this right after... Because I understand Valkyrie saying this because her, Cinna, Emiru were threatened not so long ago, a couple months back. Was that last year or a couple months back? A couple months back, they were threatened by some weirdo dude. And I got a clip of Cinna saying, like, I asked Cinna, were the police trying to find that guy and da-da-da. So, like, that went on deaf ears. Like, she responded to it, but, like, she didn't give as much info from that. And I do gotta say this for the most part, like, straight up, I get it, but don't live in fear. I say don't live in fear because you don't want to live in fear. Don't live in fear of going to places like TwitchCon. Oh, the way the world is right now, I think she's talking about, like, Charlie Kirk getting shot, which, you know what I'm saying? I understand it, but I don't think anybody's gonna, like, come and threaten her. But she's talking about when her, Cinna, and Emiru all went out, and then that crazy motherfucker tried to, like, talk with Emiru or get her number, and they rejected him and walked away, and he was still following them, and he got a little crazy. He's talking about, I'll kill you right now, type shit. So, I understand why she's not. But, for anyone out there who's trying to become big and famous, understand, if you live in fear, there is nothing but fear that's going to follow you. Do not live in fear. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to when the sun sets, bitch, you gotta leave your house eventually. You gotta go to public places eventually. I would just say, I'm not going to TwitchCon. I don't trust TwitchCon. But Dan Clancy did step up and say, nah, nigga, I got security. Like, we know what the fuck is going on. Like, we ain't dumb.
Similar fears. Their comments set off widespread debate about whether Twitch had done enough to protect women and creators at its flagship convention. The conversation escalated further when popular streamer Asmongold weighed in. He criticized Twitch's past handling of incidents, pointing to allegations from TwitchCon 2024, where he claimed that Nick and Wake Wilder were sexually assaulted by another streamer during the event, yet no charges were pursued.
Yeah, this dude, I remember this clip because this dude right here was looking for... NMP finds himself, uncomfortable situation. This guy was looking for a clip. The guy who, like, licked like Nick's nipple. He was looking for clips. He even ran up on Ms. Kiff and said, "This person made you. Ice Poseidon made you. This person made you." He was clip farming the hell out of people during TwitchCon. So I think he was looking for clips. He was trying to get famous off of this, which is a fact.
Assessment was that if he were a woman, he would never attend TwitchCon under those circumstances. A statement that resonated with many.
But he wasn't doing that to women, though. But I get what you're saying.
Who felt the safety concerns were being brushed aside. Asmongold's words highlighted not only the seriousness of the fears expressed by female streamers, but also skepticism within the community about Twitch's willingness or ability to enforce real accountability when problems arise. The issue quickly reached Twitch CEO Dan Clancy, who addressed the matter during a Patch Notes livestream. Clancy insisted that Twitch takes security and safety very seriously, explaining that the company has dedicated teams working year-round on keeping creators safe, both online and at in-person events. He emphasized that TwitchCon's safety measures are updated annually in response to new risks, and also reminded viewers that anyone indefinitely suspended from the platform is banned from attending TwitchCon, a rule meant to ensure a more secure environment.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity.
There's one question that has been coming up on social media, just in terms of safety and security at TwitchCon in light of recent events. So I want to be very clear. We take security at our events like TwitchCon extremely seriously. Every year we build on a successful approach to TwitchCon safety and security, particularly as we become aware of new or emerging security or safety challenges.
You can tell he's reading something, but in itself, like, this is something he has to say. And I do think they do take their security serious. It's just shit gets out of hand.
Challenges. So we have teams focused on this year round, including keeping creators and community members safe on Twitch or at TwitchCon. We have rules and standards regarding TwitchCon attendees that they have to follow. And we limit, for example, if people who've been indefinitely suspended, off-service violations, they're not able to attend. We also look for things that need to protect their streamers and any other issues.
Juliakins attacked by Swamp.
I feel what he is saying, but I look at it differently. I know Asmongold, his first response is here, so let me check out that. Asmongold on the TwitchCon drama.
In recent news, fellow streamer Asmongold returns to streaming after taking a break due to his dad's passing. After his return, Asmongold gets asked during the stream if he will be going to TwitchCon this year.
Hold on, bro. Bro, Asmon looks such like a kid. Look at him, bro. He's a kid, bro. That's a kid. Oh man, I have photos just like this of me and my parents, and you just feel like you just a kid, bro.
His dad's passing. After his return, Asmongold gets asked during the stream if he will be going to TwitchCon this year and responds in the following clip.
Going to TwitchCon? Am I going to go to TwitchCon? No. Nope. Now, why am I not going to TwitchCon?
You ever go to
Very
TwitchCon?
simple. Might get shot? I'm not worried about getting shot. That's not really the thing, right? I mean, like, obviously that's part of it. And if I was a girl, I would never go to TwitchCon if I was a girl. But
Okay, I understand one thing what he's saying. There are parasocials. There are people like that think they're in a relationship with you. There are people that are gonna try to hit on you. There are people that are gonna try to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that are gonna try to like be faking your face. Like, I get it. And there's also people that are gonna try to get a whole bunch of clips off of those parasocial moments you've had with other streamers. I feel them.
You gotta remember, like, this is what happened last year with TwitchCon. What?
All right, let's not do any more of that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
This is like.
Yeah, I feel like that dude was being weird on purpose, looking for clips, wearing a dress. He was trying to get some type of like fake ass fame. Duh, like you can already see what he was doing. Like, fuck out of here.
They should have gone. I'm gonna be honest. They should have tried to press charges against him. They should have tried to put him in jail. Like, that's weird, bro. Like,
but you know what though? I don't want nobody to say this out loud. It's TwitchCon. It's another convention where you allow filming, you allow me to record, you allow me to be here, nigga. How are you? Like, Twitch knows. Let's not act like Twitch don't know. Twitch knows what's going on. Twitch. Twitch knows this is a convention. They know that this convention has all types of people looking for clip farmers, looking for weirdo moments. They know. Twitch knows. Twitch knows. They fucking know. Let's not act like they don't know, because they know. Everybody just think Twitch don't know. But Twitch knows what it's, Twitch knows, like, yeah, he was looking for clips. But he was kind of like bothering people at the same time. Like, come on, bro.
So they didn't even come out with a statement. They didn't even come out with anything about this. They didn't say anything about it.
Because it happened to NMP LOL, and it happened to some other dude. And that's it. But somebody did get pushed into, like, a train. That was OD. That was dangerous as fuck. But, yeah, of course they're not going to put out a statement. It's just like, he was bothering people, but he was looking for clips.
They didn't say, like, oh, we're aware of this and we're working with the authorities. We're not doing it.
It wasn't that big because it happened to niggas.
A fucking thing. And so, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, this is, like, I mean, the thing is that, this is my opinion, right? But, like, I think that if it was a girl that got sexually assaulted, because, by the way, was that sexual assault or not? It was. Everybody knows it. If you think it wasn't, you're a retard. So, you have somebody have that happen.
I didn't say it. He said it. I didn't say that. He said that. Don't ban me, Twitch. Fucking Christ.
At your event, you don't even make a statement on it. And this is after the year of the girl that breaks her fucking back in the ball pit.
Oh, yeah.
Because the balls
she jumped in the balls.
were 2 fucking inches deep. And so I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to go to TwitchCon? You got people licking it. You got people trying to suck on your nipples through your shirt. You got people breaking their back. Bro, TwitchCon sounds like a BDSM event.
Okay, I agree. I agree. You have 2 incidences where a girl broke her back and another incident when NMP gets licked by some dude. Is TwitchCon that bad? I never went, so I can't tell you. But I don't think it's that bad. I do believe, and I do feel, and I do think this is getting dragged because, of course, it's Twitch. Twitch is not the best. Twitch is being dragged for everything. Twitch convention is weird because the TwitchCon convention is basically funded by the streamers. It's funded by streamers. It's funded by you streaming. Because when people donate, you get half of that. Like Kai Cenat made 1 million subs and made close enough to match that 1 million. And then Twitch is taking a percentage. And then he's taking a percentage of his revenue. But he's saying all 15% is going to charity.
So no, I'm not trying to get into that. No, I'm not trying to go there. Oh my God. No, I'm staying home. They got the zoo over there. That is the zoo. The streamers are the animals. Maybe the viewers are too.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But it's a wild take though.
Chevy Silverado. The best from day one.
Women. I wouldn't go as a white man. TwitchCon will be riddled with transgenders in a state that incentivizes their radical ideologies, all while harboring illegal aliens in its sanctuary cities.
I don't understand none of that has nothing to do with anything, right? The immigrants that come over from another country are running away from the shit that's happening in their country because their country's shit. And they're not all gang members. People who are transgenders they got no fear on you unless you're trying to fuck with them. Anything else, this motherfucker, just being white. Bro, some people hate white people, but I find those people to be weird because any discrimination towards black people, white people, Asian people, Indian people, any other people around this world is fucked up. So, this right here is a babble of words and a man who's probably just so ignorant he lives in a toolbox.
Very dangerous place to be. If Asman was a woman, his house would be filled with cats, and his videos would contain constant references to horoscopes and spirituality. If you're to the right of the far left, you also should never consider...
I don't know why I care about any of this shit. I feel like a lot of people are just dick sucking. What is this? Oh yeah, Kason almost broke his back.
Kaisen breaks his back day, one of the Subathon.
In the middle, in the middle, in the middle.
Oh, you dumbass!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Nigga, that hurt. That was still concrete. That was still concrete.
Kai Cenat realised that he might be cooked and that he might really start looking like Diddy after he cuts his dreads off and has short hair.
Oh my god, that's how I'm gonna look. Wait. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you got that big forehead.
It's not that bad though.
It's not. It's just a different look.
I think
No, he's cooked. He's cooked.
the hidden fear is that a new look might shatter the specific image fans fell in love with. For a streamer like Kai, his dreads are part of his brand. A drastic change risks making him feel unrecognisable, not just to his audience, but to himself. Nope, no, nope. The second the forehead exposed, the resemblance is too close for comfort, Kai. Better than me, I would have stopped it right there, my dreads. Stay. Train gets asked if he would want to collab with iShowSpeed and points out his crazy energy.
Do you want to collab with iShowSpeed? I mean, we're kind of in two different spaces, you know? Like, if I was
and Trainwreck's energy is mad different. It's just chill. Moving on. Oh, I spent 100 hours animating Carnage and Agent Venom. Oh, let's check this shit out. Hold on. Time the fuck out. 100 hours? Hey, oh, okay. Nice. 100 hours? Agent, nah, that's crazy. Hold on, stop for a second. That was fire. 100 hours animating this? Though we gotta check out some other animations. That was fucking lit.
The best Wi-Fi from Frontier isn't just for VIPs anymore.
So everyone's good to go.
Ew. Even people with less than 1 million followers?
Oh, he's animating something else? Let's check out his other animations. Shouts to bro right here. He's killing it. Let's see his other animations. Noir version Shattered Dimensions? Okay.
Angry pigeon coming through. Back here, you lousy pest.
Hey.
You know, if you played fair.
I don't. Let's see how much lip you got with 2 tons of steel on your chest. Where'd you go, you little spite?
Thanks, pal. I think this is my stop. All right, Toombs, let's dance. Next floor, undergarments and oversized bitches.
Hey, you little creep.
Just hitching a ride, pal.
Nice fire. Nah, he's doing God's work, chat. Man's doing God's work with animation, bro. That's fire. I'm gonna check out a couple more. I like his Spider-Man ones too. 500 hours.
After working on movies like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm gonna be reanimating this scene that I animated 8 years ago when I was just a fan, but now as a professional.
Hey,
when
okay.
I animated this spectacular Spider-Man animation, little did I know that
shit.
it would actually unlock the doors to the industry for me. This
Really?
ambitious yet clearly unfinished animation was in my demo reel when I first applied to Framestore. Getting hired at Framestore as an animator allowed me to work on many amazing movies, but most importantly, Spider-Man. This animation was...
You know what that proves to you? Spend as much time as possible creating your craft. Look what the fuck he did. His animation 7 years ago and was on his demo reel got him a fucking job in the industry. It doesn't matter if you spend 2,000 to 10,000 hours making something, or at least 25 hours. Bitch, put that shit up. Because you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. You just don't know where you're going to be tomorrow.
Also the first animation that got me some YouTube audience. Since I owed both my professional animation career and my YouTube animation career to this animation, I wanted to pay it homage by redoing it, but now as an industry professional animator.
Nice. Hey. Leap, yeet. Hey, yeet. He's got it though. He's got the
Usually I start my animations by making a storyboard first because I love having an excuse to just draw. But for this animation it wasn't needed because I already had a close to previous quality animation made by the past art. I wanted to keep the spirit of the old animation, but I didn't want to bring in my old mistakes with it. One thing I did decide to keep was the environment, because I had originally designed it to be this like Spider-Man sandbox where there was a lot of things to climb on, a lot of things to swing from, pipes and pillars. It was already what I wanted. But when it came to Spidey, I wanted to do something different. As I was animating this, the Venom War comic had came out. A very disappointing comic book that came at a very disappointing era in 616 Spider-Man. If you don't know much about Spider-Man comics, this was the Paul era.
Yeah,
like,
fuck
oh my
Paul.
god, you don't need to know anything more than that, just skip it. But I love the idea of a symbiote Spider-Man with chains, so I kept the suit. I asked
with
Barrett
chains.
from our lovely community to whip me up an awesome Venom War texture. Then I went to Carl Figgins' store and got the free web rig that I use for almost all my animations and wrap deformed my chain mesh on top of it and instantly achieved good enough.
I ain't gonna lie, that is beautiful.
For the animation style, when I made this spectacular Spider-Man animation originally, Spider-Verse hadn't come out yet, but I knew Sony was working on an animated Spider-Man project. I wanted to make
Yeah,
it
I remember
cartoony.
Sony was working on an animated Spider-Man project a long time ago, where they would be putting Miles Morales animated. And I remember I told somebody this, and he was like, "Where'd you hear that? Where's that from?" And I would have to like drag and drop all the info from a video or say where it was from into like a Instagram. And this is like a known artist who just, they were like, "Oh, Sony's making a live action Spider-Man and Miles Morales," and I said, "No, they're not working on a live action version. They're not actually doing a live action version no time soon." I corrected his fucking dumbass and told him they will be working on an animated version and it's slated to come out in the near future. That's it. They'll be, but he's gonna be animated. And bro was like, "Where'd you hear that?" That's not, I haven't heard that. He was just being a dick about it. And this is a known, like, cartoonist. Which, mind you, he was fucking wrong. And Marvel even stated they're not bringing Miles Morales into the fucking MCU at no point in time. So, yeah. It's crazy. And this was a long, long time ago. So, yeah.
And stylized in hopes of matching their style. It was complete luck that my unfinished stepped blocking pass would end up resembling Sony's brand new animation method of working on twos. This time around, I wanted to change things. I had learned so much about how to make realistic animation working for visual effects, and I wanted to showcase that. Maybe in the future I'll redo this again, but with a more stylized approach like the Spider-Verse style. If you would like to see that, let me know.
I would like to see that. That's pretty cool. Physics and
If you like this
VFX.
breakdown and want to see more breakdowns or more animations from me, please like and subscribe. It helps me tremendously. Leave a comment. I read all the comments. One of the coolest things in visual effects animation is always keeping the inertia and momentum of the characters in mind while they move things. This results in us finding new and interesting poses that fit the character's momentum perfectly.
Bam.
I let this approach take the wheel and it resulted in a lot of changes in posing. But I tried to keep the spirit of the original by trying to replicate as many similar motions as I could. One of the biggest challenges in this animation was that it's what's called a oneer. Like the shot from Deadpool and the Wolverine. It's one long uncut shot that goes on for a long time. Or the shot from Oldboy. These shots are very difficult to do, but they're great for creating a feeling of continuity.
Connection.
It's so easy to throw in these like extra actions and like big ideas when you're blocking it out. But that kind of approach, if you like keep adding more and more and more, usually ends up with you not finishing the animation. Looking at you, half of my Discord community. To be fair, the reason I had this beat was just to show that I can do a weight lift, which is something that companies look for in the reels of new animators. So it was a bit of a shoehorned in animation exercise. But remember this, because this is when I made a mental note to make sure I add something like this to this shot. Terror,
Voiceover.
destruction, robots flying around, Brooklyn Bridge is on fire, Avengers of Fire. I like making a voiceover script in my head when I'm thinking of camera layouts. So for example, this section would say, "Look, the lizard is here and he's about to get hit by Spider-Man." And I basically cut to the chase with that idea. I framed Lizard first, I framed where Spider-Man's gonna be, and
Bam.
The idea is like trying to animate the audience's attention. It's like almost telling them, look here now, look there now, bam. It's like animating the voiceover, but without the actual voiceover. I also tried adding details that will make my life way more difficult, like making Spider-Man grab Lizard's mouth as he's swinging by, but I thought I owed that to the 8 years ago Sarp, who managed to do this animation without any prior visual effects experience. I wanted to show him what we can do now. This next section is my second favorite beat in the whole animation. This is the point where the audience thinks that was a nice animation. Wait, it's still going on? And that is done by revealing the depth underneath them, where the camera turns down and we start falling with the characters. I had to break this down into what I needed to really see here. Throw Lizard down, slam him with both feet, yank him back up, punch. When he slams down on Lizard, it cracks open a new level of depth in the scene. I threw Lizard to the left of the pipe and Spider-Man to the right of the pipe. That allowed Spider-Man to carry his momentum down the tunnel and gave a more realistic reason for Lizard to come back up to the camera. And look at that comic book cover punch. And now for my favorite beat of this whole animation. After watching Spider-Man in such a tight and claustrophobic tunnel, it feels amazing to see him enter this massive opening. It's like everything lines up in the animation and the environments, so you can just watch Spider-Man do some cool poses. When I originally made this, I was so proud of myself. I had the animation playing on my phone
fire. I can't lie,
all the time. Wherever I walked, I was just watching my own
bro.
animation thing, like this is great, this is great, this is great, this is great, and I almost got hit by a car once. I don't want anyone to be hit by a car, but I knew
you getting
I
hit by
wanted to
cars?
create that amazing feeling of just watching Spider-Man do some cool stuff.
Yo, what's up, Blackheart? Welcome
Working
back,
in
brother.
Spider-Man Far From Home, I had learned a lot about making characters do complex rotations and spins. I applied all I learned for this part, which led to us reuniting with the Lizard.
Man, it's our return from Bus Hell. Shout out to
I
Bus
think this
Hell.
was the weakest part in the original animation, because he just pulls Lizard off
Shout out
camera
to the
with
4
one arm
viewers.
and throws it exactly to where he wants to be. And it felt like just too easy and felt a bit like too cheap. Even with the symbiote suit, I couldn't justify him being like that ridiculously strong. I don't know how I thought this was okay after showing how difficult it was for him to just lift Lizard up earlier. But that reminded me of my earlier promise of showing a weight lift. I wanted to show the full weight of the lizard. Then I had the idea of grabbing the lizard by the tail so we could see him struggle trying to turn around. But that required a different rig because the rig I had was never meant to do that with his tail. So when we had a new rig, I had to go back and do all the previous animation again. And then I had the idea that I could spin around him so it would tackle and fall.
Damn, I
and
lost
I can have a chain coming up. Then I thought,
fucking
why don't I do one
3
chain? I could do a
people.
bunch
Fuck
of chains
yeah.
and it could be jangle
How
around
the fuck
there.
you
And
keep
then
somebody's
that's when the
attention
time
span
ran
as a
out.
viewer?
We can always make these animations cooler and add more
it says
ideas
I have
and,
4
change something
2
and do something
viewers.
different.
It said I had 4. Now it's down to 2 when I refresh. Shouts to the viewers who showed up and disappeared, that are still here, disappearing. I don't know what's going on, man.
Adding.
The
But
internet
then I
is
got
weird.
a reality check. When I make these animations, one of the most common comments I get is I should make my own movie, I should make my own series. Most of the time,
I'm losing
someone
brain
has a
cells,
brilliant
too.
idea that I should do all of this for them for free. But let me invite you to my reality. This animation, and only the animation part, took me 3 weeks to do. And it wasn't just any 3 weeks. I took 12 days off work to be able to work on this. Animators usually get 20 to 25 days of holidays a year, so I took more than half my yearly allowance to do this. Not to go see my family, not to go to a holiday with my girlfriends, not to play that game that just came out that I really wanted to play, but just to do this animation. And this is only 22 seconds. This is a reality with the animation that a lot of people don't know. When you want to do it to a professional standard, it takes a really long time.
1 month.
In visual effects movies, sometimes we spend months and months and months on shots that are just 3 seconds long. As my holiday was coming to an end, my animation had to come to an end.
And you know, it's the same thing as manga creators. Like, let's put this in a big function of conversation. Animators, manga creators, VFX creators, they like, your job is sitting the fuck down. I think they got the hardest job. One, you need deadlines, creating shit, building shit, putting shit out, and then you have to make that stuff. You have to spend weeks and months on end. It's almost like they're content creators who don't get a chance to get love off their content. And when they do, like, they get paid, but like, bro, it's a lot. And somehow, some way, companies want AI to take over his job. Nigga, how? Like, the fuck? How are you doing that? How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna have the AI take over his job? And he just explained how long it takes to animate that shit. Create it. Change the rigging. Like, Nigga say, yo, it took me 12 days to do this. And that's not including taking time off of work. Shit. And then you want to replace a motherfucker like him with AI. Get out of here.
Well, I love animating. If I could, I would animate this sequence for years. I actually had an idea where he told the lizard at the end, we would reveal there's actually more lizards, but they're not regular lizards, they're all venomized lizards. Then we would see like this epic fight with a bunch of venomized lizards fighting Spider-Man. There's no end. At some point, you have to call it. Maybe one day I will redo this animation. I really wanted to sell the weight of the lizard shaking around here and resolving his weight up the chain. But instead, we're gonna just rip his tail off and slam him to where the shot will end.
Damn.
It's time to render. I'm a strong believer in specializing. As cool as it sounds to be able to do everything yourself, I feel like the end result suffers when you don't have a dedicated person for each task. If I had more time, I could do this exact same animation and then a bad render with it. But in reality, I would just do more animation because that's what my passion is, and that's what I think my time is worth the most. So in all my projects, I try to bring talented artists together.
Hey.
This animation, like many other animations, was rendered by the amazing Lucas Espedes. You can see more of Lucas's work here, and he did an amazing job as always with the lighting, rendering, and the comp. I especially love the 2D Spider-Verse-esque pass that Lucas adds after rendering is complete in comp. These just look amazing and add so much to the world. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. Please consider subscribing, and if you like what you see here, you can give me any ideas you have about like what I should animate next in the comments. The next video is gonna be the breakdown of how I animated the Sandman video.
Oh, he's the one that animated that? Hold on, chat. Hold on. That Sandman video was fire. I love it so fucking much. This dude is a legit animator. Go check out his channel. Did he animate anything else? What is this? Avatar? Hold on. That shit was short, but that was also pretty fucking cool. Bro is legit animator and niggas is sleeping on him, bro. Well, not really. He said he's worked in the industry, but that's fire. Is this the animation itself? It is. Come here, lizard. Come here. Damn, you're heavy. You're just a big boy, aren't you? Yeet. I'm not gonna lie. When animation, that type of shit gets heavy, bro. That's some heavy shit right there, dog. I'm just keeping y'all informed. That shit was fire. Shoutouts to this animator. I'm gonna follow. I'm subscribing. Fuck that. I'm gonna check out what he got because he's perfection. Oh, shout outs to Powerline, baby. Let's get it. Myself in motion. Hey, the one I know that you'll understand. Set this world in motion.
So it's just like a white background, and it's got a grid on the ground, so the animators, when they see the footage, they can get a sense of the space. And he had these dancers, and we had a video camera operator guy running around setting up all the angles, and he was matching shot for shot the animatic.
So all of that had to come together, and we did multiple passes each time we got a new element.
So we had a guy who was Powerline, he was the choreographer who was Powerline, and he was the one who was doing all the slick moves. What? And then we had another guy who was doing those same moves, but as Goofy would do it.
Hey, Dad, do the
perfect cast. Hey.
He's putting a little more flap in the arms and all this, and
hey, if you ever lonely, stop. You don't have to.
And then we had the shorter guy doing it as Max would, so he's doing it as a teenage boy version of Goofy doing Powerline.
said to each other's heart.
And you see the footage, and you've seen the footage, and it worked. You see the three of them dancing together was like, holy crap, these guys are brilliant.
Baby, for the first time,
It's kind of extraordinary.
I do. I love this fucking song.
Kids used to have grit. Now we don't even have the tools to discipline
That song
them.
was fire. You gotta give it. Jumper. The fuck?
Hands up.
I have no idea what the Cobras are, bro, but I love it.
Just give it to me. Relax.
Whoa. This reminds me of Jumper back in the days, but they didn't do nothing with that shit, with that movie series. Hey. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Nah, nigga, you're not big. You're not strong enough. Woo.
No way.
No, that wasn't working.
Device overheated. Impossible to jump.
Whoa. Device overheated, not possible to jump. Woo!
Error. Damage detected. Recovery in progress. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. System readiness.
Woo! What the fuck? What is this? This is how he's looking at the world when he jumps. Them niggas got back up. Oh my gosh.
Temporal reset. Reverting. Time.
Ooh, shit. He gotta fix that bitch again. Is he stuck in a loop?
Hands up.
Oh, he's stuck in a
No
loop.
funny business. Just give it to me.
He's stuck in a loop.
Do better this time.
Do better this time is crazy. Jumper. Short sci-fi. I like it. I like it. I ain't gonna lie, that was beautiful. Shout out to this guy who made it. Let's check out his channel for a second. He's probably come out with other like little shorts. It's not his first, is it? No, definitely not his first, not his last. But that was fun. I like shit like that. Okay. Classmates step in to help boy bullied over his clothes. Shout outs to kids, you know what I mean? Let's check this out.
Awesome. The best day of my entire life was basically.
Freshman Michael Todd was taken out of third period at MLK Prep Monday morning.
I was very happy. I was shocked completely.
He froze when football players Christopher Graham and Antoine Garrett handed him a gift.
You guys are awesome.
A gift that changed Michael's entire school year. Bags full of shirts, shorts, shoes, and more.
He wanted to smile, and I was like, yeah, I think this is going to make him smile. I told him, I said, you know, when we was in the same third period, he was like, yeah. I said, I apologize for laughing at you. and I want to give something to you to make it up.
Michael was getting made fun of for 3 straight weeks at his new school.
I've been bullied my entire life.
He would wear the same clothes every day.
I'm not gonna lie, I was bullied for wearing the same shirt or wearing some clothes the same day. I was bullied for wearing like a hoodie in high school. And I remember it was a hoodie with diamonds on it. They'd be like, yo, what up, diamond boy? And I'd be like, okay. And in middle school, I was bullied for like my same, like a shirt or shoes, something I would wear different, or I don't know. And niggas would be like, they gave him the N-word pass. They didn't give him the N-word pass. They gave him clothes. But I understand that. I just don't know why other kids pay attention to it because they notice it. And when they notice it, they can't get their minds off of it and they make fun of it. Like, I wasn't poor. I just wore something I felt comfortable in. So I feel comfortable as I wear this. And they'd be like, but you wore that like yesterday and the day after. And I'd be like, okay. I wore these shoes too, nigga. Like, the fuck? And eventually people just left me the fuck alone. When I got like to that point, I didn't care.
And students at MLK Prep would mock him for it.
I don't really have clothes at home. My mom can't buy clothes for me because I'm growing too fast. When I saw people laugh at him and bully him, I felt like I needed to do something.
So Christopher went through his closet and grabbed a bunch of clothes and texted his friend Antoine for help.
I got some shoes, some brand new shoes I can give him, and I got a couple items I can give him too.
They packed all that up and gave it to Michael. The shorts, the pants, the shoes made a difference.
This is like the second series I have on right now. Basically, that's all.
Today, Michael was already wearing those new army green sneakers they gave him.
It was a weak moment for me. I was gonna cry.
And then I don't cry when at lunch he told me, he was like...
And you hear their voices? Them is Southern kids, too. Their parents raised them right to be like, yo, something's happening, step up to it. You can hear the Southern in their voice. You can hear like the, you know what I mean? Like they from somewhere Southern. But that's good. Like, they helped him out when he needed it. So I respect that when it comes to those kids, because you got to respect it. And if you don't, I don't know what you're doing in life.
The only two that actually ever give me a gift.
The help isn't stopping in the halls of MLK Prep. People from states away have seen the video and want to send Michael clothes. All this is thanks to 2 high school students who want to put a stop to bullying.
Y'all guys are the best guys of my entire life.
Aw, see, and yo, it's bigger than just like skin color. Like, those are black kids helping out a white kid who's less fortunate, and they probably not even more fortunate than he is. They probably got a little bit more, and he ain't got it. And he's at some, I guess, I don't want to say autistic level. You know what I'm saying? Like, they helped that kid out, and some people would just be like, this is so old. This is 6 years ago. And people out and wherever they're at 6 years now, God bless them. Every last one of them, including the kid from high school. We probably gonna save this for another time. I don't know. It's a long ass video. I don't want to spend. Feminist gooners must be stopped. I don't know if I want to go into this. All right, it's a Gundam. Papa Gundam over here. The slow, steady decline of Xbox. Let's get it.
I'm declaring war on fat gay kids. Not the kids themselves, but on whatever's making them so fat, gay, and pathetic.
This is sounding incredibly based.
Fat gay kids is crazy. It's a Gundam!
I think we should have seen the writing on the wall back when Sarah Bond, the current sitting president of Xbox, found time to become a board member for Tyson's Chicken.
What? Xbox president delighted to join board of directors at Tyson's Chicken.
With the current state of Xbox brand, you'd think she would be focused on fixing that. But I must admit, sometimes even I need a chicken tendy or two to get through this slop on a daily basis.
Your chicken's looking nice, pal. Hey,
Woo! Yo, he stole my chicken!
Got a crispy treasure, can't slow me down. Hot and golden, I'm mad at this town.
What
you
the
remember that time when Microsoft laid off 9,000 employees? Then someone at Xbox posted an AI image looking for graphic designers where the screen was on backwards. These are obviously the moves of a company firing off on all cylinders. Personally, I live for this level of tone-deaf dystopian reality. It's a never-ending Onion article and we're all living in it.
In order to get answers, I knew I had to take a new tactic. Appealing to man's most carnal desires.
Nigga, what?
Hey boy, you like what you see? You like?
But the point being is that Microsoft is nosediving the Xbox brand faster than our economy.
Have all the money, buy all the developers, have all the talent, give them all the time, make 0 games.
Wellington.
Dies.
For real.
What business strategy is this called?
It's called the dark side bill.
Just because it's a business model you don't like because you're jealous doesn't mean that it's not a business. It just means you're a broke bum who's...
Nigga, please. There ain't nobody should be calling nobody a broke bum, Philly Phil. I haven't heard you in a while.
Jealous that I'm successful and you're not.
Xbox has canceled the reboot of Perfect Dark and is shutting down the initiative. Rare's Everwild has also been canceled.
At the heart of the matter is that Xbox has no exclusive games. It's nothing but brand recognition now that relies heavily on a loyal fan base to keep it alive. Even Sony's smart enough not to give away their big titles day one on PC or on PlayStation Plus. Nintendo, if you want to play Mario Sunshine, you better buy the console, bitch, or emulate it. But most people can't even change the oil in their vehicles, so emulation is asking far too much of this generation of human.
Here's an interview with Phil Spencer. I don't know what he does at Xbox anymore. But,
I don't know what he does either. What does Phil...
Words
Can
out.
somebody please tell me what the fuck Phil Spencer does for Xbox? I just gotta know.
And into this is an Xbox. In your interpretation, so it's coming from your words, what does that mean now for Xbox as you head into the future?
Welcome to Love Island Games. Let's go! Your favorite Islanders are back.
Yeah, I want people to be able to...
As you head into the future.
Yeah, I want people to be able to experience the games that we build, the services that we offer on as many devices as we can. Obviously, some of the devices out there, some of the platforms are closed. They don't allow everything that we do to show up on those platforms. The thing that I've learned and continue to learn when I'm listening to creators, not only our own studios, but other teams building games, is every creator out there wants to build a game that can find as many players as they want. And frankly, there aren't many platforms out there that try to build connections to people on so many different screens. It's almost like single platform, single device, single game. And that's kind of the history of our business. And we're really taking an approach of we want people to be able to play Xbox on many different screens. Now, not every experience will be the same. We obviously love the native experience we have on our own platform and our own hardware. And that's something that will continue for us. But we're not going to put walls up around where people can engage with the great games our studios are building, or where they can experience Xbox through different forms, whether it's cloud, whether it's on PC, whether it's on handheld PCs, whether it's on phones. I want everybody to be able to play on Xbox. And it does mean more of our...
All right. I'm going to be real with you. I feel like he didn't say a damn thing. I feel like he didn't say nothing, but that's just me.
Games shipping on more platforms, not just PlayStation. We love the work that we do with Nintendo. We love what we do with Valve on Steam. And that's going to continue. We'll just continue to do more of it because what we learned is put the games first. Make sure the games can be as great
but where
as
are the
they
games?
can.
Y'all have a lot of game developers, but no games? They lying. They lying. Do they fucking asses? Like, where are the games?
We love the experience on our own hardware, our own platform. But our games will show up in more and more places, no doubt.
He definitely avoided the question.
This is fine.
Frankly, after listening to that, why own an Xbox? There's no point. That's all I gleaned from this short clip. Fast forward to October 1st, and Xbox fans got a face full of late-stage capitalism. They decided to charge you more and give you less. Delicious.
And this is why I don't have an Xbox.
You play the games you want. Here's a look at what's new and what's changing. First off, you might have noticed some changes to the plan names. Xbox Game Pass Core is now Xbox Game Pass Essential. Xbox Game Pass Standard is now Xbox Game Pass Premium.
Bitch, what?
And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. We explored other names, but they didn't work out.
I guess the consultancy group that they hired for this garbage had to pretend they were doing something. We think calling it core really resonates with consumers.
This plan is expanding to give you more ways to play, including PC and cloud gaming. Essential, you can earn up to 25,000 rewards points a year just by playing the games you love. You can redeem your points for Xbox gift cards to get new games.
The Xbox reward points, The only person I've ever seen speak of these glowingly as a feature was Darkside Fella, and I'm not even kidding, like a week ago.
Really?
You have to be a professional consumer to benefit from this sort of program.
Another upgrade is that Essential now includes in-game benefits for some of the biggest games, like League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Overwatch 2. And with
Premium's big selling point are in-game skins that you can use in games like Overwatch 2, another rebranded product that is now worse than the original. Ironic.
It's lagging
You
again.
can get 50,000 reward points, up to, meaning you're not guaranteed it.
Someone says lagging on
Xbox
their
Ultimate
end.
stays the same with a few extras, like Disney Plus giving you Hulu. But for gaming, it's just as soulless and meaningless because who really wants this crap? And what's ironic about Xbox Game Pass is it cannibalizes sale.
Call of Duty lost $300 million in sales due to Game Pass.
Best thing about Ultimate is that you can play new games on day one. That includes games
Bitch,
like
no one
Call of
cares.
Duty Black Ops 7, The Outer Worlds 2, and High on Life 2.
Then why would you keep giving Call of Duty away on Game Pass, you dumb bastard? I don't even work there and I saw that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Good lord, the rewards points again. I feel like I'm being sold a video game equivalent of a timeshare. Oh, and cloud gaming, something they so desperately want people to do.
Early for console, but Essential now lets you play games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud.
Experience Xbox through different forms, whether it's cloud, whether it's on PC, whether it's on handheld PCs.
That means you have the freedom to stream and play on any supported device. And with cloud gaming, that includes a lot of devices.
Commitment to cross progression and cloud saves, so you can pick up on one device and you can play on another is part of that.
And Premium was built with everyone in mind. So we're giving you more ways to play with this one too, with games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. You heard that right. PC and cloud are coming to Premium.
And also our investments in cloud gaming, which you referenced earlier. A lot of those who use cloud gaming are people who own a console. They're just, they want
What the fuck? Cloud is basically what? I have a Microsoft account and I could just log in and play Microsoft games with a controller? Isn't that what the fuck it is?
to play it on another device.
Scribe is how 4 million people turn processes into
I feel
step-by-step
like they
guides.
cap it on-
The
they cap it on
hardest
some
part
level
of
of cap.
any job.
Play Xbox from your PC or your handheld. And when they say handheld, they're hoping you buy an ROG Xbox Ally.
Hell
the most
no.
expensive Xbox console on the market. Only at $1,000.
Damn!
plus tax.
Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even buying a new iPhone, and I think that's fucking ridiculous. And mind you, I have done no research on any new on the new iPhone. I've watched a couple of videos and I said that looks interesting. I don't care, but personally, damn.
Not a bad deal if I say so myself. Kill me, please. I want to die.
However you like to play, Xbox Game Pass has a plan that's right for
That's
you.
just crazy.
Because this is how we play now.
It should
Really?
be rebranded to "This is how we pay now," because it's more accurate. The entire video leaves out the most important part of the information, is that Xbox Game Pass, the ultimate version, is now $30 a month. It's 50% more, and nobody's feeling it. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will now be $30 a month. Whoopee. Compare yearly cost. Essentials is $100. That's the low-end one. Premium, you get to play new video games a year after they launch. And if you're going to play that game, why not just buy the game and skip Premium? I don't even know. And Ultimate is $360 a year. PlayStation's Premium, whatever the hell this is $150. More palatable, but still, I think it's far too expensive for what you're getting. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Frankly, you're paying $360 a year to own nothing. Rockstar aspires to this level of dystopian gaming. Frankly, what little extra they offer in the Ultimate tier is stuff that I think most gamers don't care about or even want. And this
Yeah.
is all to make up for losses. But the thing is, Xbox Game Pass seems fairly popular. But I guess it's not popular enough to make up for the money they're losing on owning Blizzard IPs. Obviously, there was a backlash. People started unsubscribing droves, and good on them. This is garbage.
Had to cancel mine on console. Bye-bye, fuck you, Xbox Game Pass.
Damn.
I personally love when companies do shit like this so I can cancel subs with zero hesitation and pirate without a care in the world. No.
Listen, all right. I'm not the best person to come to with the high seas question, right? It just is what it is, because at some point somebody's gonna feel like this is justification for them pirating, right? Necessarily with video games, I never thought pirating video games was that smart of an idea. Like, and I don't think an emulator is so you can emulate and play older games, not play existing games. Just is what it is. I do say this for the most part when it comes to video games. I think Xbox is crossing a line and not cutting it in between the sand and saying, yo, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do, this is what it's all about, this is what it's not about. If you with the shits, be with the shits. Hey, we're going to raise the price, but can we raise the price to something affordable to the consumer? Because everything around us is getting expensive. And I don't like that expense either. Just let's be fucking honest and real with each other. The expense on itself is just mind-boggling. I played 2 games. I played Split Fiction, which was pretty good, and I played It Takes Two. Those games rely you to play with someone next to you because those games rely on 2 people playing. You can play by yourself, whatever. But those games are important, especially It Takes Two, because that's about basically like relationships and how 2 people grow apart and grow separate and forget. Sorry, I'm a little lethargic. Forget each other. I don't think Xbox is necessarily the best fucking place to play a game or get somebody enticed about being a gamer. Like, come on.
No sweat off my back. If you don't want my money, that's fine.
Other people were trying to stock up on Xbox Ultimate gift cards because they're still $19 for the gift card. I guess Xbox didn't account for this loophole, but I'm sure they will at some point.
How long do those Game Pass cards even last? Do you like buy an ass ton of them and then use them?
He said nah. He said nah. Fuck them.
Oh.
R for
After this
piracy.
announcement,
R.
Cancel subscription webpage for Xbox crashed.
Oh my.
Which is probably why people ran to their consoles to cancel there instead. Xbox started off so strong, and the Xbox 360 was pretty much their golden age. If the console had stayed true to what made it more than a match for Sony, I think modern gaming wouldn't be as horrible as it is now. But as it stands, Xbox is one step closer to becoming Sega or SNK. There's rumors from Xbox insiders saying that Xbox as a brand is over and there won't be another console generation from them. Companies like Sam's Club are selling consoles at a massively reduced price.
Oh my god! We're having a fire sale! Oh!
We're having a fire sale.
Burning! It burns me!
To sum it up, the future of Xbox software publishing is significantly honed in focus on profitable IPs. Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, Candy Crush, oh my god. Horizon. Cloud gaming being the home of Xbox platform, transitioning Game Pass into basically becoming point of entry subscription for xCloud access, which will continue to drive its price tag higher, by the way. They aren't done there just yet either, and the releasing of software on any device that has a marketplace and users willing to buy their titles.
Basically, the insider is saying that Q1 of 2026, a lot of people are going to be fired. The same amount of people that were fired recently, so we're looking at around 10,000 layoffs. This whole thing will hold more weight to me if and when that happens. Until then, this is all just speculation. But one thing is certain. We are one step closer to owning nothing, and some people actually might even like it. Oh well.
Look, I like to have physical. I don't know about you bitches. I need a physical console. I need physical in my fucking hand, bitch. The last time I didn't have, if I don't have physical, I might lose my fucking mind. I just be real with that. Fuck you mean, nigga. Fuck you mean. Fuck you mean, bro. And I do think Xbox is taking an L here because, like, are you caring about your consumers or are you just caring about the money you're trying to make? Which, look, I get it. But once again, if you ain't changing for me, the consumer, what the fuck is the point? I don't play Xbox, but if consoles are being sold off so quickly, bitch, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I ain't clapping my feet like a seal. Or, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here, the fuck? Female gooners must be stopped. Do I have time to watch this? Let me watch this. Shout out Shoe on Head.
I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews,
Her background is
this
weird.
book has been
Facts.
absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or Book Talk, as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature.
Yeah!
What piece of literature is it, you may ask?
Yes.
Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
I knew I was getting myself into, but at the same time, I wasn't ready for what she had to say. So I don't know if I'm still a feminist.
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
Was this made by a man? Because this could not be made by a woman. If so, it's a crazy ass fetish. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, that's some damn milkers. We're just gonna pin that. We're just gonna take that and just have it be pinned. It's gonna be pinned, chat. It just has to be pinned. How the fuck do I pin it? Nigga said damn. He literally said damn milkers. How the fuck? How do you do that? Lag. That is crazy. That is hilarious. That is. I don't blame them. Who do you not blame? The milking? What are we talking about here?
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time.
Okay, the looks of these women are all the same. Let's get into the reaction part of it. All of these women look the same, chat. And what I mean by that, they look the same. They all look the same. Like there's a huge energy right now.
Did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then
she's kind of cute. The other three were interesting.
I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Your teeth look a little extra. Never mind.
Get your eyeballs on this.
She looked like the first two.
Because it is so good.
Right.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners. Now, for those of you...
What? You know what I realized too? At some point, somebody's reading some type of smut. Because they don't have... They're reading something that stimulates their brain. LOL, say they ugly with some seasoning. I'm like, other girl look like she just uses basil and black pepper's the last thing she touch. The other two look like they eat everything, including the salt. So I can't eat, you know what I mean?
Unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of
shout out to the
addiction
smut
with men,
users out
how
there.
it can destroy their lives and their relationships. And most
Booty
men
clapping.
know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by
See that right there? That is crazy. We had some visitors. Not right there? Chat, someone tell me. Is this normal? Is this normal? Like, I go to Comic-Con and comic conventions. I know people are fucking in the bathrooms. I asked people at NYCC, New York Comic-Con, are there people fucking in the bathrooms? Are those rumors true? And people will tell you, yes, they are. Like, there are people fucking somewhere in the bathroom. We do it. We are creeps. Oh my god.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
No. Shit, I need to have a shame button. Like, where's my other button? I need to go back to a button.
Damn! 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 Damn!
You can clip that. wait.
Unacceptable! Came down with a searing case of who gives a crap.
There is no fucking way in hell. Cause hold up.
Think, dumbass!
I understand anime conventions and people like screwing in the bathrooms or going back to the hotel for a quickie or like getting a blowjob somewhere secretly, right? But that nigga's got weird horns and a mask and like long fingers and he's touching this woman and she's got tongue out ready to risk it all. Like, what is going on? Bro.
9-foot tall shirtless Wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shu, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes. Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together.
Hilarious.
It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's okay when we do it. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So before we get into this round, I just buy out new way, hard way, complete post the shimmy one. I am access all the coffee on screen. Thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I skipped it. So I ain't got time.
Let's get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean?
Spice.
For over 17 years,
like,
I thought that I had a problem with
bitches.
this, but I actually didn't.
Porn. It means porn. Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. And the spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.
Oh my god. Yo, bro, like what are we
Damn!
Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me! On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands.
Whoa.
Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef.
What? You should have made by ChatGPT, because ain't no fucking way.
The manly, meaty endowments to... Okay.
Yo.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
I thought it was just a girl who was down on her luck willing to milk some monsters for some money. Hey, I'm gonna milk you. In other words, jerk that yank. What the fuck are we talking about late-stage capitalism? She's broke and she need money. Is that late-stage capitalism? We all broke and need some more money? The fuck? The fuck?
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
Bitch, what? What the fuck? No, the tickle in her coochie is the tickle in her coochie. I feel like people just dragging it.
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males.
So what can it be about male masculinity? Why is the book? Why did the chick not say this book is about toxic masculinity because you gotta milk the man, but it's not talking about milking the woman? You know what I'm saying? So if you milk the woman, I'm joking. If you milk the woman here, the metaphor of milking can be used for milking bitches, but you can't milk women because that's sexist. So you need to milk men because that's part of the misogyny. I don't know what the fuck I just said.
I read the whole thing. Probably gonna be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here like selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point she says the term, and I quote,
again, stand milkers.
The seam of his sack. So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking like, okay, he probably has like a human head, right? He probably like looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude with like horns. Then I see the official artwork.
Yeah.
That's a cow. Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few parts they're being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing this shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the—
Yeah, it goes from human pro, shifter, humanoid creature, non-humanoid creature. What the fuck is that?
A Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also
like, this is like the hentai days where they'll have like fucking tentacles fucking you.
Newspapers.com. The past.
My love,
read all about
bro.
it.
My knees,
My work
bro.
is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
Okay.
His ass. She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's ass. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway, I like how in this fantasy world,
someone paid for it.
Fake dumbass!
Because that's an environment where they want the uncensored.
Loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without
I don't know about
student
that.
loans.
I don't
Sad.
know.
Oh, and he has one of those
I don't know
bull
about that.
rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have— Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her, the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel like— I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your
Okay. In other words, you don't need to pay. I asked you out, so relax. You don't need to pay. That's basically what he's saying. But she's like, I never knew why I didn't have to go half and half on something. But I wanted a man to pay. I feel like this is definitely created by a woman. This is definitely created by a woman. Because a man would have said, I'll pay because, I took you out. But if it's the next date, yeah, split it. Whatever.
Comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation.
I'm dead.
Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bowls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up. Aisle 5.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I feel like women, when a man does pay for the first date, it's fine because you asked her out. You gotta pay the first date, nigga. You asked her out, right? If she asked you out, I would expect her to pay. Don't expect me to pay. Nigga, you asked me out. I only got water and sat here and we had a conversation and you're the one that ordered some food and I just got water and said, yeah, I'm just taking water. And then you looked at me and be like, are you going to pay? Right? I went out on a lunch date with somebody, talk about like podcasting and conversations on the podcast, stuff like that, right? And I can't say lunch date. It was more like a dinner. It was more like a lunch talk, business lunch talk, right? And I went out and the person was like, oh no, we should talk about paying beforehand. You should have paid. And I do agree with that. I should pay, but she picked out the place. I know the fucking place would be. So I'm like, well, I didn't pick out the restaurant or know the restaurant's price. You wanted to know the restaurant and the price. You should have paid. But I didn't really care about that. It was a business date. No, a business lunch. There is a business lunch. I keep saying date. It was a day for business lunch. And I didn't pick the place. I didn't know where to go. I just said, hey, just meet somewhere and talk, I guess. And talk over food, I guess. Whatever. And I should have been sure about that. But that's a long time ago. And in itself, I realized if I would have picked a spot, it would have been outside walking somewhere and just got that shit together. But let me know. Do you feel like you should pay on the first date? Do you feel like the other person should pay on the first date? Or should y'all just split it and make sure no one gets issues about it? It's a power move.
So that's what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings and a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time. Sweet and creamy.
Hey,
the
yo.
spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just gonna be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot? Please. This is like the new, I read Playboy for the articles, like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars, I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star, not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lisai. Why can't-
Oh, go back to that one.
Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what?
Yo, I'm using that as a soundbite. That was perfect. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift on Christmas. Bars.
Lesai, why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next. If this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bullcock matters. Oh my God.
Matters.
Edit that out.
Crazy.
Editor.
No.
Edit that out.
No. God bless the editor.
Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, matters. Oh my God. Edit that out. Editor. Edit that out.
Don't do it, editor.
Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations. Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy, main of my existence. The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The billionaire orc. Moth manager. Wolves and whipped cream.
Yo, what is this? This is the most furriest furry Bro, look at these, bro. Bro, what the fuck? What the hold on, where's my damn
Damn. Unacceptable!
Like,
who are you people?
Like, what is all of this shit? I can't be the only person looking at this furry shit and asking myself, why? Why do women want to get by animals?
The wolf in my tavern. Pounded by produce. Oh,
that's funny.
Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm, and it's...
I know the artist who made that. I know what the artist who made that. Nah, bro. I don't care about the artist. They got some explaining to do.
It's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washer machine again. Women on TikTok are openly proud.
That's basically the funniest shit ever. Women are reading smut erotica, and guys are talking about, hey, she got stuck in the washing machine, so I'm gonna boink her. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's all. Women and men are on the same horny level. They just out of their damn minds about it.
Talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, BookTok has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine." But his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist massage,
I'm like, it's horny. Is it funny? Is dumb as shit? Hell yeah. Is it the weirdest shit I have ever heard in my entire existence? Yes. Yes, it is. Like, I'ma be real. I don't think this is not the not funniest thing in the world. Like, I really think somebody and their grandma should have looked at this shit and said, nah, this shit right here, dumb as fuck. Whoever made it need to produce more. Shit is stupid, bro.
you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but
Horny
you
as
are no
wild.
different than
It
Joe
is.
Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12.
Shout
you're
out
sitting
fat
there all
booty
high and mighty,
Latinas.
one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there is much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered knotting, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just don't
Yeah,
get it.
that's
You don't know what knotting is.
Hold on.
What are these women reading,
That
bro?
is crazy. Bye.
What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened to that? We used to make fun of that.
I agree with her
We
on that
truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog. You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet, nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies. Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with role play. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow. Or at least I hope not.
I
We all
hope
know there's
not.
a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well,
Pause. Stop. 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 No. Please tell me. Cause last time I heard a horse try to fuck a guy and the guy died. So what are we talking about right now?
you get Sinners and Stardust.
My heart's fine.
I'm only 40. Ignoring your heart health risk is...
Do you want your biggest dreams to come to reality?
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be...
I don't know. I think stuff like that, I get it. Those are people that can't find an actual, like, fantasy thing. It wasn't be a guy, was a big girl. I have no idea. I'm like, it wasn't a guy, it was a girl? Shit.
A
Still
dark
crazy.
romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend, he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants? Or
No! Because they don't understand because they're reading these erotic books. The people, the women, or whoever's doing that, they don't understand consent because they think the content you have created allows them to do what the fuck they want. This is why, come down to reality, you don't make that content. And you have to also go, that's why you go by an alias and you never show up to those signings. Yeah, you fucking go, nigga. Like, I don't know what to tell your ass. Like, the fuck are we talking about?
touch his dick. Hello? Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and, you know, that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety. And then they put a f***ing tracker—
No, see, this is what happens when you make books for the fucking delusional ass people, and then they fucking find you in real life, and look what happens. You end up just trying to live your life, and they end up trying to stick their hands up your ass like the puppet you is, and they trying to take you over. They're trying to sexually assault him. And imagine, like, some people say, well, shouldn't he like it if he makes that content? No. He makes the content. Don't mean he wants to live the content. It don't mean he want to be ravished by random bitches. I could make some smut content tomorrow, and I'm not going to get no female fans touching me in no type of way. I will probably blow the fuck up in your face. But that's something for tomorrow. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, holy shit. Oh, wrong video.
on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef. I remember years ago, there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically, it was a campaign.
Okay, time out. So there was positives and negatives on cosplay is not consent. I'm gonna talk to you like this, right? The positives were, if a girl was dressed sexy, yes, she does not consent to the regular nigga touching her, trying to fuck her, none of that. There's no consent with that. Because I'm dressed sexy don't mean you can come up and touch me, grab my ass. This went for women touching male cosplayers who were buff, muscular, women would grab the sack or try to grab his ass or cuff him or do some stupid shit. That was not it. But then there were other women who were like, not booth babes, but sexy girls at conventions that have already made their money, cosplayed, and their fans would come up to them, but their fans wouldn't really like greet them or hug them or touch them. It'd just be weird and awkward. And me as the cosplayer female, some chick said, I hate cosplay is not consent because I can't get my fans to be around me, be on my side, or like fuck with me or be cool with me or build a relationship with them. Some cosplayers got pissed at that because that relationship was being destroyed right when cosplay not consent was happening. So there was two sides to this. And other niggas out there creeping on girls who were just wearing outfits that weren't even that sexy or that were revealing, and just it became extra. I remember I made a comment to somebody. It was a bad comment, but this comment was to a friend and I was joking and my friend took it out of context and never even came to me like, what the fuck does this mean? I said, oh, it's from like this animated show over here, blah, blah, blah. None of that. So things do happen. People took constant not consent and they dragged it to another level. Double standard, basically. Yeah, there was double standard on both sides. For men, women, for women and men, and then female cosplayers trying to build their fans.
To bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like, me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted.
Damn. Sorry, ladies.
By women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, my words did nothing. May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay? For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this. There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and...
Of course, but that's the whole thing though. It affects their minds because they are diving deep into a fantasy world, mind you, and they're diving deep into a mental fantasy world, also mind you, that they're also getting some type of mental pleasure off of because A, you're writing sexual erotic fantasy that someone can look at and say, well, this is for me, and B, you should kind of know your audience, let's per se say that much, because the fuck is that? Like, am I bugging?
In reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists...
Basically, if you think... So let's say if somebody out there has like a fetish, and you're thinking about a fetish, and when you're trying to release yourself and come, then you're always going to keep thinking about that erotic moment in that erotic fetish. You're going to keep thinking about what makes you, release. And when you have physical intercourse, you can only think about what makes you feel released. So say if you're a guy and you get with a girl and you dominate her and you think about dominating a girl in like a sexual position, you're going to think about dominating a chick in a sexual position just to come. So mind you, that I get what she's saying. Your mind takes that and it becomes more reality. So you take that reality, which is the fact that you're trying to make somebody have fun, or you're trying to have fun, but it's just you, your brain, and everybody else around you looking at you like, well, nigga, what the fuck are we doing here? Because the fuck is this? Yeah.
Psychologists and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels, because one is a video of two people actually having real sex, and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase, is reading smut harmful? Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed. I'm not equating monster smut with these things.
But that's the thing, though. We stop taking shame as like, well, this shame has no room here in the sex industry. Well, that's a fucking lie, because you're being shamed every fucking day you leave your fucking house. You were having sex with Michael, John, Louie, and Pat. Bitch, shame, but then there's people out there that want to have sex with monsters, bestiality, kids. Like, that shit is shamed on a day-to-day basis. So it don't make sense to say one thing shouldn't be shamed, but the other thing should be praised. You know what I mean? Like, there's two different things. And then women out there confusing their mental and taking shit to the next level. Like, bro, come on. What are we talking about?
But there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoe on Head, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no.
What?
Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot-tall dommy-mommy vampire with giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. 1. Human men are quite often terrible. Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy.
Because they're fantasizing a fictional version of what you fucking want. Oh my god, I cracked the case. Like, what are we talking? As I look for a thumbnail to put up to change the title and go play some games, that's all it is. Most of these women want a fictional nigga to fuck. And most times, that's just it. I want a fictional guy. That's like, the fuck?
But Monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc. Maximal.
That sounds like a man. Everything she said sounded like a dude who's hates the world but loves her. Beauty and the Beast much, and that's where it all came from. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Everything she said was a nigga.
Escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monster...
Because the monster is less dangerous than the real world? Bullshit.
Monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are...
Bitch, go work out. Fuck is we talking about? As a fat woman, a bitch, go work out. Go work out. The fuck? As a fat woman of color, why would you ever announce that to the world? Like, go work out. The fuck is you talking about? The fuck out of here.
Almost always about thin white women and just too realistic. And romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women / women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia.
What's going on, guys? Built this little.
I feel like all
gym
these
area
women
that's
are the
for you guys
same thing.
What a very small
It's just
footprint gym in a basement
they don't
might look like.
understand how
There's
they are the
which
same,
basically allows you to.
It's whatever.
I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those like dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without...
I feel you when you say like, yeah, same for female, but I think it's different when it comes to this. And don't forget adult men attacking minors in every similar costumes or cosplay. I'm not sure about that. I don't really remember that. I don't remember that. Like, I heard at conventions there was not something like that, but yeah. Facts. Also facts. Same for guys with females. I think so. Most guys want a girl who's gentle or submissive or who's strong but yet cares about me. She's got muscles and she's thick and she only likes me and she stays home. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of niggas is just horny. And so is women. But when people open up their, like, honesty brain to it, it just gets funny.
The problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man, they want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for, like, danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you wanna rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something. I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness. Yeah, that's the moral of this video.
The moral of it?
So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already. It's not that he's a fish, okay?
It's not that he's a fish. So this is this chick on Twitter right here, and I tell you, she got the biggest yams. Like, she don't follow me, but I followed her for a bit, and I'll just know she's got some big yams. And she's a nerd. And she got a whole nerdy collection where she never shows off the, like, besides the butt cheeks. Where is it? Besides the butt cheeks, where's the nerdy collection? Like, all this nerdy collection, but you just don't got no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. God bless America.
Okay, he has an energy, okay? He has a vibe. You know what, never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
That was a cute shout out Shoe on Head for the video. Alright, let's get into the gaming part, chat. I'll do do I have time? Let's do this. One Piece. Trash taste, Hassan Piker's take on it. Let's go. Let's go back to regular face cam.
Which is totally true, by the way.
But that's I feel like that's every anime fan base.
One Piece love to pretend they're not like that, but One Piece fans are like,
oh my god,
like
One Piece
the
is way worse. I promise you, like, as someone who watched JoJo and is currently watching One Piece, One Piece was way worse with respect to like how much they were like, bro, you have to watch One Piece, and it's such a. It's like a biblical text. Like, it's too many episodes. So you're like, I don't have that kind of time commitment.
Which argue? I'm on the New Testament.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have that kind of time commitment. Like, I can't do this. This is, and then you get into it and you're like, oh my God, it's so good.
Yes, we did it, One Piece fans.
It's the OG cult in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the most popular cult.
Yeah. I have people now in my fan base that just like don't know me for politics, but just like listen to me talk about One Piece because like, I have thousands of fan channels on YouTube, right? Like I don't have any IP or anything, so I'm like, whatever, let it ride. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's this one fan channel that made an edit about how I used to talk shit about One Piece, and I started watching it. And those videos independently, this channel's got 10K subs or something, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
That video got 100,000 views on its own, and now he's just detailing and documenting every single episode and every single arc that I summarize basically as I'm watching it, and there is a fan base for that.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
I don't
just
care
by
about
thinking
this.
about it. Meet Base 44.
People love One Piece. And they're obsessed with everything.
Which is a very political anime, Connor.
It's okay. Well,
it is a very political anime.
He told me One Piece is very political.
Yes.
What aspect?
Oh my God.
All right. I've been waiting for this. Blackheart, if you're in the chat, I'm gonna need some clips after this. So let's get it. Well, before this, let's get it.
God, yes, I love this. Okay. This is gonna piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though okay. First of all, every single arc, other than the first couple of arcs, every single arc quite literally details leftist politics, which I think Oda is. Oda is 100% a leftist. First of all, he has a Che Guevara photo in his studio. 100%. Look it up. Established.
That don't mean jack jiggly shit. He has a Che Guevara photo in his studio for designs, because he was not a pirate. I think, what is it? He's using that as reference for a freedom fighter, right? Che Guevara was some type of a freedom fighter. So he used that for, let's say, Luffy's dad, who is a freedom fighter. Dragon is literally the only freedom fighter of the Revolutionary Army. Luffy's a literal fucking pirate. So, you know what I mean? And then Luffy saves people. But he's right. The first few arcs of One Piece is Luffy goes to a town, sees some shit happening, busts some heads because it interferes with him trying to move, and it becomes a whole problem. It happened with, for Alvida, no. It happened with Buggy, him saving Roronoa, him going with Nami, and then Buggy. And then after Buggy in the town, it was Arlong terrorizing, was it Cedar Village? Nami's village. And then it was Usopp in his village and the shit that went down. And mind you, everybody's villages were going to get taken over. And Luffy was there to stop the shit from happening. Each time Luffy interfered with something, it was, hey, my friend is getting hurt, and you're gonna really steal and kill and take this town for yourself. That's OD. And then the craziest part about it is Luffy took action, defeated people, and left. Usopp's village did not know Kuro was a bad nigga, but he left before they could ever find out. At least with Nami's village, they knew. Yeah, we knew who helped us. We knew who stopped us from starving. It was Luffy. And Nami and the crew who helped us. 100% fucking big fat W. And now he's saying One Piece has gotten more political. I think what he's saying is up to when Luffy shot at the declared war on the government. Right? To save Robin. Because when it came to CP9, that's when everything became more and more on top of them, right? Before Thriller Bark, where they just landed on Mortia's island and it became a whole problem. That was completely different. They had to take him down because he was being an asshole. But everywhere else the Straw Hats have been, I believe it is because they're using the One Piece flag as a way to show. That's different. They're using the One Piece flag in protest. That's completely different. That doesn't make the anime political, but they're using Monkey D. Luffy, who sets people free, who stops shit from happening. Luffy stops other people that weren't from that place from taking over. Luffy's never stepped in and stopped a government from fucking with its own people. Because he's never done that. Luffy's never been in a place where two people are fighting and he has to stop both of them. No. Because his own people would say, yo, we're going up against a country's government and this may not be our business. And Luffy is like, well, yeah, but we made a friend and we don't want that friend to suffer. That's different. Because Malaysia's using the flag in protest necessarily doesn't mean One Piece is political. They're using the flag to demonstrate solidarity with each other on the same fucking page, because what the Malaysian government is doing is fucked. Yes. Does that make One Piece inherently political? No. Because they're using it as a political statement, does that turn the anime into straight politics? I don't believe that. No. But people who love One Piece and see that, yo, when Luffy goes somewhere and stops something, it shows solidarity. If you wave the flag, he'll be there to show the fuck up. And I respect that. But I do think that doesn't make the anime political at its standpoint. But I'm going somewhere with this. Hold on. It was in Malaysia. Where KMR is from. Shout out to KMR in the chat. Henny boy up. They're basically using it in Malaysia. So it is becoming a part of like a Malaysian protest for what is happening there. But now, does this make One Piece 100% inherently political? No. I don't think so. I don't believe so, no. But it also, we come up to the level where Robin and her whole family were outcasted and pushed away and destroyed by the world government just because they learned information about the Void Century, or they were gaining information about untold history. And now that in itself is crazy, because in our world we can learn about all history, all the information, and we're not going to get struck by it or shot down by it because it's in our books, it's in our textbooks. All history, all information, dates, times, all that. It's all data, it's all factual, it all pulls forward. People don't understand that. Now, what is political is declaring war. Burning a flag is an inherent political statement. The moment Luffy burnt the flag, he knew burning a flag means I'm calling on war on the whole world government. That is a political statement, no matter what you say. It happens in America, it's happened in other countries. The moment you burn a flag that represents any country, step on it, under that shit, you're declaring war on them. That is a fact. Don't forget Victoria, or right? What the fuck are you saying, bro? Don't forget Victorian history? I guess so. I think that's what you mean, right? Don't forget Victorian history, right? Oh, Arlong and Vivi, right? With the whole Alabasta arc. Arlong was literally taking over an entire place where he didn't belong and try to take that shit over to do fucking what? Just to be the king of that place? And if no one submitted, he's gonna kill them? I believe Luffy was right to take that place back for Vivi's father, her people. Like, yeah. And she needed fucking help. She was like, I'm gonna go back there and take it. Victoria. Victor's right history. I believe so, but if that was true, we would never, in the American history, we would never talk about the losers. Think about it. In history, the losers are always mentioned. Always. Because if the victors wrote the history textbooks, we would never hear about the losers ever again. But you hear about the build-up, the climax, the defeat, the struggle, the power problems, and then the end of it as it comes to an end. So it's all written in history. It's how it's laid out, right? But I also say this. It's how it's written. But I also say this for the most part. I don't think One Piece is political, but I do think people take political sides when it comes to One Piece. And they're putting more political into it because he's fighting the world government. He's fighting the Navy. He's fighting police of the sea, obviously. He's trying, you know what I'm saying? That's it. But let's continue. Let me continue. Make sure, Blackheart, we gotta get some clips out of this.
Fact. I have assets. I can pull it out.
I got the receipts. Show. I want to see this.
I can pull this out. Okay, hold on.
All right. What else? What else? What else?
Okay, so that's number one.
Yeah,
number
okay.
two, which arc are you on? I don't want to like spoil anything.
He's
I
through the
just
bar.
finished. I just
Through the bar.
finished.
Through the bar.
Water 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Water 7 is kind of where it gets very divisive, right? Even in Water 7, it don't get... I don't know if Water 7, I think it takes political. It's weapons for mass destructions, Pluto, weapons to be built, Pluto, whatever the fuck they call it, right? Weapons for the government. People who know how to build and create things. When Tom was taken away, Tom was like, yo, yeah, I created this sea train, I created this, I created that. I know this. He sailed aboard with Gold D. Roger. He's built and created weapons. Tom knows the weapons that he's created. And that was passed on to Frankie, who has an eidetic memory. Frankie remembers all of Tom's plans by memory. And he has them all by memory as a shipwright. So Frankie knows exactly what to do and how to build a weapon. I think the Sunny is one of those powerful weapons that Frankie has built using Tom's plans. So Water 7, CP9, that entire arc is very government divisive. Yes, that is a political arc because it's about spies, it's about espionage, history, it's about the... I would not say the bloodshed, the problems, the sins of those who have come reflect the sins of who is now, who remains. That type of shit. Robin, as a child, trying to live and other people wanting her to, like, face justice for Ohara. Like, nigga, what does that have to do with me? But she was a part of their history. She was the smartest. Her memory goes far back. She remembers everything. You know what I mean? That was crazy. But let's continue.
Thriller Bark kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Yeah,
like the ending is great, but like everything else is kind of mid. But it's fine.
What? It's mid. You a bitch.
And because what comes after is so good.
Everyone says this.
Okay,
I'm tired
it's
of
so
he's
good.
right. He's
It's
right
so
though.
Good. It's
He's
so
right.
good. It's so fucking
Hold up, let him
good.
cook. Let him cook.
So,
let him cook.
But that means you watch Alabaster, right?
Yeah.
Which is definitely political, but like not as aggressively. But it's about like resource deprivation, things like that. But then Skypiea, which again may be a little bit too long as an arc.
Skypiea was literally people at war, and then a fucking god that they can't see is destroying them out of nowhere. Eneru, who was basically Eminem, was fucking powerful. And you couldn't stop this nigga from doing what the fuck he wanted. He blasted lightning at you, it was over. And there was a lot of conflicting wars up there with Nolan. Nolan was up there. Nolan the liar, right? So that in itself was completely different. Their whole land was ravaged and their history was destroyed. So who was left knew their history.
Is quite literally about like, you know, indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently.
I don't really think so. They were removed from their land because they were still there. So that doesn't make any sense. So the people were still there. Everybody else wanted their gold. They wanted what they had. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part of that arc.
Trying to you know, find autonomy and emancipation through, you know, through violent means directly against like an enemy that is much more powerful than them. Right. That is like,
I don't think that would be Eneru, because they couldn't touch that nigga even if they tried. So like that was the crazy part. But there were revolutionaries in Skypiea. There were people trying to stop, like, I guess, pirates from coming and taking over. There was a whole lot of things. And that's why you get separate battles between the crew and different enemies.
you know, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
I don't think so.
I feel like I watched a different. I read.
Like, for everything he's saying, I'm gonna call cap on that, because I can watch Skypiea right now and be like, nah, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to describe this to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It's
I was
about
like, man, I saw funny gunman.
Yeah.
Spam call. Hate them shits. Alright, chat. I don't know what... I really do think One Piece and a land bass movement is crazy. And indigenous people being displaced, that's not true because there were people there before and after Eneru. So that doesn't make any sense. Unless he's talking about the pirates coming to take the gold. Because it's like the island of gold and shit.
One Piece is about having fun with your friends and being free.
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
I mean, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist.
Whoa! What are we talking about? How is Monkey D. Luffy? Pirates are... Like, in real life, pirates are completely different compared to Luffy. Luffy is not the typical pirate in the series. He's a pirate that goes around doing what he wants, but in reality, his crew still respects him, even though he's a bumbling fool idiot. They still have to move when he says move, and they listen to him because he is still their captain. But he's not a terrorist. Luffy's trying to he's stopping real terror and real shit's happening. That's different. He's a chaotic ball of I don't give a fuck. That's what makes his character better. Yeah, but he's technically a terrorist in his own story. Not technically a terrorist in his own story. No. Pirates are scourges of the sea and they're complete assholes. That's different. To say he's a straight up terrorist is different. When he doesn't come off like a pirate. You know, grown-ups have said that in the show. You don't act like a pirate. Kids have said it. You don't look like a pirate. Everyone has said in the show, how are you guys pirates? You know what I'm saying? They're not the typical pirates that have come along in the show. Because of Navy and bounty on his head. Yeah, but every time they land somewhere different, it's just like, everyone says it. You guys are pirates? Are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Because when some of the pirates go around causing chaos, causing carnage, destroying things, right? Unless you're Edward Newgate, unless you're Whitebeard, unless you're Big Mom with their certain territories, right? Whitebeard owned, what the fuck was that? He was watching over Fishman Island. He had his flag over there, and when he died, Big Mom stepped in. She causes terror, fear, destruction. Kaido, terror, fear, destruction, drugs, slavery. Come on. Which is a war crime, exactly. But at the same time, Luffy is not a terrorist by any means. Yeah, he comes in, steps in, and fucks shit up because someone either hurts his friend, gets in his way, or there's a problem he can't turn his back to because he's like, well, this is just unfair. He's a problem solver in certain cases. He's not a revolutionary. He's not a terrorist. He just solves a problem that he sees as unjust. Would that be a hero? Pirate hero maybe. But a terrorist? I don't think so.
He is. He is. I mean, he literally is. He's fighting.
I hate that you're kind of right.
Yes.
I fucking hate that you're kind of right.
Yeah,
He's not right. Luffy's not a terrorist. Legitimately, in his old story, technically, yes, he committed a war. I'm like, what? Literally in his whose old story are we talking about? Whitebeard? Or Luffy? What old story? His own story, technically, yes. War crimes, which is considered terrorism. I don't think Luffy's a terrorist though. Like, Alabasta was literally him taking back a land with his friend. So that would be an uprising or a coup to what happened. So he joined a coup, but technically that was a pirate helping out an ally. Technically. No, that's fine. But I don't think Luffy's definitely not a terrorist. He's not. From every other pirate in the show, there's other pirates who go to places, they pillage, they take shit, They rob, they kill, they murder, and they leave nothing behind. Blackbeard does that. Whitebeard in the show is different from Blackbeard. Blackbeard goes somewhere, he's taking everything, destroying shit, wiping people out. He's a wild boy. When it comes, like Jewelry Bonnie, when it comes to when it comes to the story, Luffy looks more like a hero from our perspective. From the military's perspective of the Navy, they look incompetent as fuck because they can't keep up. They can't save. Especially in Dressrosa, right? Don Flamingo took over Dressrosa. Puppet mastered the entire place, mind controlled and wiped people's minds of the history of Dressrosa, took in the daughter of the old king, banished the old king, made a knight and a warrior a puppet, and made the old king kill and murder people. Took over that entire nation. Luffy came and was just over here like bumblefucking around, gonna get back his brother's fruit, and realized there was his old best friend, a revolutionary there to stop Don Flamingo. A king comes out of retirement to save his country. A hero is reborn. And a monster is defeated, which is Don Flamingo. Which Don Flamingo also has a very sad story in One Piece. But Luffy shows up, minding his own business to take back his brother's fruit. A friend appears. Luffy takes a back seat, see what's going on, and fights Don Flamingo. Beats him. The military at the time can't do shit about it because he's a celestial dragon, powerful government, and a warlord of the sea, and a black markets arms dealer. So there's more political stuff with that. Definitely. Or political areas. But Luffy and his side is just, I'm here. Fuck you. Hey, fuck you. I punch you. I leave. Because he definitely did that. He snuffed the nigga and said deuces. So where's the politics there?
Freedom fighter in the most like honorable sense of the word. Yeah. He is quite literally fighting against an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage, the world government and the Navy. He's literally killing cops.
I don't know. I don't know about the killing Marines. I haven't seen Luffy kill a Marine. So I'm gonna say that's a cop. That's a cap. I haven't seen that. Zoro cut them down. Zoro did say, like, I'm only cutting them with the back of my knife. And they're like, that don't make it better. Right? His blades. So I haven't seen no one really die. Because in One Piece, no one really technically dies. They get defeated, I guess. But I get where he's coming from, per se. I do.
Like he's killing sea cops and motherfuckers are like, no, that's not politics. What do you mean? That's just like gunman.
It's not politics. I don't like. I see police probably, but the Navy. You need somebody there to patrol the seas because it's getting out of control. People are getting robbed, killed, murdered. You can't even have like a boat taking a shipment to an island without that boat getting taken over. Come on, bro.
Having fun.
I mean, the thing is, like, I remember you saying this yesterday when we were having dinner, and I was just like, I think with One Piece, just because of the art style and just the way things are, haha, funny rubber man. Yeah. Of course, you know, you can take it at that level, and it's still very, very interesting stories. But if you break down some of the stuff that happens, half of it is Luffy going up against a corrupt government or corrupt. I mean, like,
bro, you need to start an anime analysis channel. Like, I would legitimately watch like a 15-minute breakdown of this.
Luffy is a leftist. And
no,
why
but it's
Luffy
like
would play Hogwarts Legacy.
Aspen Dental is on a mission to help people smile again. From cleanings and fillings to
it's I'm not even
corrupt government or corrupt.
I mean, like, bro, you need to start an anime analysis channel. Like, I would legitimately watch like a 15-minute breakdown of
Luffy
this.
is a leftist. And
no,
why
but it's
Luffy
like
would play Hogwarts Legacy.
It's I'm not even. Well, there's trans representation in that too, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
Trans representation? Oh yeah, in Hogwarts Legacy there was trans representation. Yes. There was gay, lesbian, and trans representation in Hogwarts Legacy, and people avoided like the plague.
Yeah. But as far as like Oda goes, I mean, there is the I think like Dragon's. I mean, I don't want to like spoil anything, but Oda has talked about how Dragon's design was inspired in part by revolutionaries like Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
He has a
Okay.
Che Guevara photo in his office.
I guess so,
believe.
yeah.
I don't know this part yet. I'm not at that part yet, so I
don't know if Oda's design is where you want to say that, like Fidel Castro. I don't know if Dragon is looking like Fidel Castro. I guess Che Guevara, maybe. I don't know. But revolutionaries and people that you're like, yo, look at them.
can't speak on this,
But are they shitty fathers? Probably.
I think Dragon's ship is literally the same name as Fidel Castro's ship.
Okay, but here's the thing. I think sometimes, especially when you see this a lot in Japanese manga, sometimes authors will put shit in there just because it looks cool.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And that's because it gives it an energy. They were saying copy.
Sometimes it's like, the curtain is blue kind of like argument. Sometimes you look at something and it's a reference to some Western media or Western history. And a lot of the times it's just Japanese people find Western things cool.
It's too many. It's too many coincidences. Listen. The Bolivarian Revolution in Cuba was conducted with a yacht that was used to transport 82 fighters of the Cuban Revolution from Mexico to Cuba.
Okay.
The yacht.
What does that have to do with One Piece?
Name is Grandma, without a D. Grandma, which is the exact same. Is the exact same name as Dragon's ship.
Okay, and Dragon is a revolutionary army guy. So there's your connection with a revolutionary army, the leader of the revolutionary army. What the fuck are we talking about? They go like, that's it.
Come on, that's not like that. He didn't just see that and was like, because like you have to be like really invested. You have to be a weeb for communism to like put that in there.
I think he's just a weeb for history, honestly.
Yes. Dragon is a history buff. Oda's a history buff. Oda likes history. Oda takes some type of inspiration from history. Why not? That makes sense. Now, how much of that history can he incorporate into One Piece? He's probably incorporated a lot of history into One Piece. But why does that mean the entire anime is a political story? Now, yes, Code Geass, Death Note, Gundam, Kill La Kill, BNA, Gurren Lagann, Space Dandy, Cowboy Bebop. There's a lot of political messaging, storytelling, and breakdowns of all of these anime. FLCL, right? Fully Clean in its fullest. Every version of it, not just the growing up childhood part. But you can take a story like those, wrap them in a ball of fun, and archive the best out of them. And there's probably something that leads to historical aspects, right and wrong, things you should know, things you should know. Like, come the fuck on, bro. Like, let's be real.
Like, with the amount of lore that One Piece has, One Piece has some of the most intricate world building in my opinion, any piece of media.
Oh, absolutely.
It's obviously one of the most intricate worlds in anime and manga, but I think it's up there with like some of the best worlds that have been in any like book, movie, or TV series, right? And you can't do that without doing a fuck ton of history on just the history of the world, being for sure being inspired by a lot of events that might have taken place in real world history.
I'm just saying, it points too many fingers in one direction. Here's a photo from Oda's office space where he has like his airsoft guns and then like a photo of chick.
Okay, yeah, but like, what does that prove? Where's the proof in that? That means he's a history buff. Does that mean Oda is a bad dude? Does that mean Oda is a revolutionary? Does he believe in revolutionaryism? Does he believe in that energy? Probably. Who knows?
Guevara right there. I'm just saying.
Dude, he's come prepared.
I have the receipts. If you want to see it, there you go.
Okay, I mean,
Or does that mean Oda is just understands history and he understands building characters and understanding what it means to be history? Now, what does history mean to the world in its extreme? If you do not understand history, it is doomed to repeat itself. That is the process through mankind, right? Think of Fullmetal Alchemist, right? Equivalent exchange. Nothing can be given without some type of equivalent exchange. You cannot get something out of nothing. History is the learning practices of mankind and what we have done. If we, humans, have not understood history, we are doomed to repeat that history again and again and again until when? That is what history is about. If Oda is showing us, one, he's laying out, hey, the Void Century is the Void Century for a reason. Something happened. Robin is there to find out why. Why does Luffy want to become King of the Pirates? Because the King of the Pirates changed the landscape and tells a new story for a new generation and brings the best out to them. Rayleigh is a last member of his crew who stood on the energy of what Roger would be. Luffy has been categorized in the story for so long, we don't know how long he has to live. He's taken time off his life or whatever, right? We don't know how long he has left in the story. After Monkey D. Luffy, what is next for the story, that will probably never be written. But the history of One Piece, the history of the Grand Line to the Red Line to Laugh Tale, that is what we're going through. I like that process. Let's get it.
To learn Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it!
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
Oh, he's still giving her the benefit of the doubt. He's like, he's just really into airsoft. That's all.
It's really popular here.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's definitely a spicy one because like a lot of people watch anime and like don't really think about like who's making it or how they're making it or what they intend to do with their art. So
because that's diving in a lot. That's diving in so deep to the person that it has to shake your fundamental morals. You look at anime, and some people look at anime and be like, this is morally, I like this, I understand this, right? But if you look at anime from an adult's eyes, if I go back, I've watched Cardcaptor Sakura. If I watched any older anime up until now, it might clash with my moral understandings as an adult than it would be a kid. Because morally, I'm the same person as I used to be. Because I understand right from fucking wrong. But if you really dive deep into a mangaka or somebody's work, are you going to care about it? Who knows?
Like, I know a lot of people will watch that and still be like, yo, fuck that. That's not the case.
I think a lot of people view anime as being almost non-political.
Yeah, an escape from...
Yeah, I think people view it that way. I mean,
which brings me to Vinland Saga Chapter 2, Season 2.
Okay. So you like Vinland Saga?
I love Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga Alright, so it's your boy Fat Man. We out with that one. Let's get to a little bit of gameplay. Let's enjoy something. I'll come back to the rest of this stuff another time. Let's see. Here we go. Bitch, no signal. Alright, chat, here we go. Gonna play a little bit of games today. Gonna play a little bit of Marvel Rivals, just a little bit before finishing. There we go. The game inside. Alright, playing a little Marvel Rivals, y'all. Playing a little Marvel Rivals for a bit so I can get into some energy. Here we go. Let me go to Discord real quick. What is that? Ba da ba do ba ba da ba be. Ba 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 do ba 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 be. Ba 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 do ba 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 be. Is that showing up here? Oh yeah, it is. Alright, I gotta finish this. Complete 5 matches. Blah 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 blah. Deal damage. Fruit of Immortals. Interesting. Let's go. There we go.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm here to finish
I'm
the
a
fight
Penny
that my
Parker
father
main,
began.
y'all.
I hope I make him
Yeehaw! Am I ever just sleep wrong? My eye is killing me. Come on, pick rocket, pick rocket, pick rocket. Okay, we'll have 3 healers. Copy. I hope I can do good on this one.
The spider controlling my suit is small, but fierce. Just like me.
Cannot save Yggdrasil, nor can you save yourselves.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
My scanners have picked up on a cosmic being watching us from afar.
Bitch.
Fools, do you truly believe you can stop my grand scheme?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
I'm counting on you, friends. Mine's in place. Ladies, get the job done.
Those spider bites are another jerk.
Time for some fireworks.
Oh shit. Nigga.
Mine's in place.
Get him, get him. Gotta get the healer. I don't know what.
System's restoring. This is gonna hurt.
Great.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
What is the soul of a machine?
You know what to do, spiders? Mine's in place. We make quite a team. Mine's in place.
Large, even for you, Frank.
You're halfway there. Keep going. Time is up.
Well, we've got about
Mine's in
goats here.
place.
Great.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
It's spider time!
Keep up the momentum.
Here's a chance, spider!
Time for some fireworks.
Stupid ass nigga. Stop it.
Looks like I'm the one doing the punishing today. Spider Nest updated. This is gonna hurt. You're halfway there.
Got him.
Judge, jury, executioner!
This is gonna hurt.
I wouldn't be executing anything today, nigga.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna answer you.
This is gonna hurt.
What is the soul? Just the idiot I was looking for.
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. We're better when we work together.
Got your back.
Time for some fireworks. A turret? Careful not to get punished. Powering up.
Don't mind me. I'm just dying. What is the soul of a machine?
Alright, I have to hack it.
This is gonna hurt. Don't let anything stand in your way. A little help, please. You know what to do, spiders?
Aim for the big tree.
Spider Nest updated. Got you covered.
Why would you use that?
Fireworks.
You could be at a disadvantage in a couple minutes. Fuck.
This is your big chance.
Hey, Dee! Enjoy the amplifier!
Lines in place. Way to go, spiders. Double KO. Good job, spiders.
Who the fuck is that?
I'm thieves for my crows!
Damn. That was a quick W, I ain't even gonna lie. That was a quick fucking W. I don't know how I won the MVP that time, but okay. I guess. I wonder what this does. I'm almost close to this one. Try and get to this costume here and call it a day. Oh man.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Alright, chat, I'm gonna do one more game and then we'll be out of here. Hey, I do more damage.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began.
We all
I hope I
DPS?
make him proud. The spider controlling my suit is small.
30 seconds before you attack.
Just like me.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? I cannot let Doom do any more damage to the web of life and destiny.
Alright, chat, it's like 7.
Here comes trouble! You're up, little one. Mine's in place.
I have suffered severe damage. Tandy needs help.
The mission area is yours to capture now. Systems restoring. This is gonna hurt. The red trap worked! You've got my back, I've got yours. The mission area is yours. Everybody, this is gonna hurt.
All the other gods fear.
This is gonna hurt. Look up behind you. Here comes trouble.
Tandy needs help.
Time for some fireworks.
I have suffered severe damage.
This is gonna hurt.
What the fuck is going on?
You've captured more than half the mission area. Keep going. Time for some fireworks. Break that work!
Can't break that.
Spiders ready for them. Lines in place. Guess it takes a spider to beat one. The area's almost yours. This is gonna hurt.
Who could fight the goddess of hell?
Oh, Max! Weakling! It's spider time! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. This should keep us safe. You owe me one.
Got him. I'm dead ass recording fucking gameplay of me playing this game and nobody is watching. That is so ass. Not even on YouTube, like what the fuck?
The spider controlling my suit is small, but fierce. Just like me.
One viewer, and that's myself.
Charge!
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. I never knew Thor and Loki had an angel for a sister.
I am not often mentioned in their legends. Men have a way of claiming all the glory.
Well, I have a feeling that this battle is one that will make it into the history books. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Alright, man, alright, chat. After this match, I'm kind of done with the day. The stream has been a little long. Tomorrow will be a different day, maybe a little earlier. But I appreciate everybody for watching. Whoever has showed up, hasn't showed up. All that jazz. Ah!
Shields up! I'm counting on you, friends. Time for some fireworks. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Disappear!
By the eye of Agamotto!
Get the job done! This is gonna hurt. We made quite a team! Mission area is yours!
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Your fate was already sealed. I merely delivered it.
You know what to do, spiders? Mine's in place.
Monitor this location. Those beings appear to be hostile.
Not my business.
Time for some fireworks. Distance restoring. Mine's in place. Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. I'm counting on you, friends.
Yep.
This is gonna hurt.
Love your teamwork, y'all. Haven't died and shit.
Time for some fireworks. Looks like I'm the one doing the punishing today. We can't let them take control. Glory is almost yours. Mine's in place. Shields up. Behind you.
Was already sealed. I merely delivered it.
And we won. Nah, that's twice, nigga. We out of here, chat. We won twice in this bitch. Blah! Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that joint. Make sure to follow. We out of here. I'm gonna leave it on. W team work. Cannot lie. Alright. Alright, chat. There. Appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another day. I know, right? 2 days in a row. That's crazy, fat man. What's got you streaming some more? I guess positive energy, good energy, just good stuff. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make this something I do permanently. I'm trying to do this more often. I'm trying to have more fun with this. I'm trying my best to take this on because I like streaming. I do. But for the rest of y'all, I know it's a lot going on. The world sucks. New York Comic Con is now and I can't be there, but trying to have fun and lighten things up and get things moving. So have a good one, y'all. Have an amazing time and enjoy yourselves. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Peace. We out. Remember to never give up, never surrender.
I cannot rewind
Also, be good to
this. I'm not on my ways. I had my ways. I know. I had my ways. I've been feeling like a wolf full moon. Most my niggas really gone too soon. Gotta watch your back twice. Niggas smile with a knife. Think it's better that I give them some room. I'm with my goons, and I do it better with distance. I've been more focused on business. I do not do inconsistent. No, I never been here, we stay strong. You been doing this for weeks so long. You put something in my cup, I can never get enough. Tell me why you never do no wrong. I've been running through the streets, my town. People really telling me slow down. She already know my place, I'ma give her a little taste. If she put it in my face, might drown. Oh, I fade to black, I'm empty. I'm on attack, it's instinct. I can't imagine switch teams. I cannot fathom what this means. I'm always after get green. I need the bag to make dream. Things ain't always what it seems. I'm out here weighing triple beams. I don't. Don't you get too comfortable. That's when they gon' come for you. Keep twin nines in multiples, not one or two. I ain't catch a charge yet. Who gon' put the battery in my back? Finger on the holster, keep your friends close. Enemies closer to the strap. I've been learning from mistakes, oh my. They just really wanna take what's mine. Bitches telling me I can't, wait. Bitches showing me I can't confide. Back, give me space and time. Trying to stay out the mix. Niggas ain't down for tricks, need pounds and bricks. Came from the mud, made a house of sticks. I've been feeling like a wolf full moon. Most my niggas really gone too soon. Gotta watch your back twice, niggas smile with a knife. Think it's better that I give them some room. I went my goons, and I do it better with distance.